Niners! Pretty soon, with the dogs we got, I would have to start off the show with hoo, 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 hoo. I can't wait. Dobermans, red and gold Dobermans. I'm telling you right now, fam, this team, we're getting back. I mean, I want to see Ronnie Lott standing up in his house wherever he is watching the game, applauding and saying that. That's how you play football. Hey, before we get started, let me issue warnings. I see Sharice, and when Nikita shows up, and Kim, let me warn you trolls from other places, because 49er fans, they don't treat 49er ladies in any kind of really bad fashion. If I catch you guys getting gender silly with my ladies, I'll give you the biggest size 15 boot you ever see. Get your butt out of here. So, with that being said, okay, come on in and get that whooping. NFL Draft 2024, 49ers secondary potential increase. We'll see how much. And Jamal Adams is a possibility. Are you interested? It's too soon to judge whether the 49ers have maintained the same level of draft excellence in the absence of Adam Peters, who is now the Commanders' general manager. Peters' first-year draft reviews, man, they're already in. The Commanders community is loving it. You look at his picks. If there was any doubt in your mind as to the influence Adam Peters had on the 49ers' movements in the draft, they can now be, confirmed. He had one. Anyway, fam, meanwhile, John Lynch can be quoted saying we pick players that we feel good about. And when he and his staff get a consensus, they don't hesitate to make moves. What I like about that, and this is when they first arrived, I was also delighted after Chip Kelly and everybody else left. I says, you know what? The 49ers need some real football people. Now, some of those guys just have expertise in football that we've had. Jimmy T is a line coach, but Jimmy T was not. He's not a guy who that could demand or command men. You know, he's good at what he was doing as far as getting out there working with the players. But you know, you got to have a guy in there, a football guy. Him and Kyle. I know about. I'm not giving any pluses on Kyle any more than I'm just saying this. Football guys, him and Lynch are definitely that and a bag of chips. I like how they do, and I like how they think. Now we're going to the phones to continue looking at the 2024 draft. Put the spotlight on the secondary this evening. Anticipate who, if any, will contribute as early as this year. Oh, man, I tell you, fam, by the way, since you trolls are here, you should be here for this announcement anyway. The power rankings are in. The NFC, the best combination of football players is in San Francisco. Oh! Has Gene D been around here lately? Gene D's probably still shamed from last year, ain't he? Fam, the Niners drafted 8 players, 5 on offense, 3 on defense. The experts' grades vary widely, ranging from A- to another ranking. Dude said 49ers draft class is the second worst in the NFL. I don't understand where second worst? Who was the worst? You gonna tell me he was second worst to the Cowboys? There was people worse than us next to the Cowboys, and Cowboys is, in your imagination or anybody else's mind, were the Cowboys the worst team in the NFL draft this year? I think so. And we're next? No, come on. But one opinion that you can appreciate and one that carries a lot of popularity and is solid, Brian Baldinger. Man, I do love when he talks, holds up that finger. Baldinger's finger, his hand is up here and the finger's going everywhere. I love when he breaks down things. So yesterday morning, Baldy joined 95.7 The Game. Shared his insights into several Niners recruits. New recruits, should I say. Baldy acknowledged that the Niners boast one of the best rosters in the league, making it challenging for any rookie to make the immediate impact, which is what can be anticipated, because Kyle already told everybody, look, I drafted for now and the future. We're not just out here picking out players to be picking out players. However, he does see potential in this draft class, so Baldy does. Cornerback Renardo Green, Florida State, round 2, pick 32, overall 64. Baldy said this about him. Renardo Green, you'll watch him against former LSU wide receiver Malik Neighbors, press man coverage. He's got no fear going out there and just pressing guys. You see, Neighbors is a guy that a lot of people put as they made a mistake in Cardinalville by picking up Worthy. This guy, Neighbors, is the one. We'll find out more about that as the season goes along. Well, listen, if Renardo has no fear and Neighbors don't mean jack to him, I don't think anybody will. Okay? Neighbors press man coverage. He's got no fear going out there and just pressing guys. I believe that's a position for need for the 49ers. And Baldy, you couldn't be more correct. I'm going to get something to do with the scheme, too. Because Steve Wilks, as much as I feel bad about people just beating down on him, just constantly beating down on him, I don't know that his defense was all that bad. It maybe not really applicable to what the 49ers are set up to do, but we got better toward the end of the season, as the season progressed. And what I do like is I think a lot of players learned some things from Steve Wilks as far as just fundamentally. Malik Mustafa, Wake Forest, round 4. Pick 24, overall 124. We need him to do well, too. This is the guy we got for Trey Lance. Yeah, Jerry Jones and making them deals. You go, Jerry. Baldy said this about Mrs. Mustafa's baby boy. When I watch him, he's just an aggressive tackler. He looks like he can come out of the sky and blow you up. He's coming full speed. There's no slowdown in his game. He's coming to hit you. And he had 4 forced fumbles at Wake Forest. He jars the ball loose, and he jolts you. But he's tested really, really well. Not the tallest guy, but he's thick. Boy, he is. Dude, look at that dude, baby. Boy, that's one of them. Dude, and he goes on to say, I just thought they got Talanoa Hufanga in the 5th round in 2021. They're getting Mustafa in the 4th round. Well, it's hard to keep safeties healthy in this business because of what they are asked to do and how physical you've got to play. But they've had a long, long history of success of drafting safeties. Legendary. We got the legend. There's never been a harder, more intimidating, more crazy safety than Ronnie Lott. And think this guy, Jair Brown, last year, I think he's really a good player, unquote. I've had visions already because you look at Malik, man, and the tenacity. You know, I look at, you know how we've already got, Demo calls himself the cheetah, but you know how cheetahs are when they're out there? They just don't stop. They bounce back to come back in. A lion could about to be coming down on that little cheetah's head, and if he hits him, that cheetah's dead and dead. And she's just bouncing in and out. I mean, could this guy be another cheetah? Could be Renardo, because he's not that big, but he has no fear. I have a vision of Renardo coming downfield with a Puka Nacua or any of some of the premier wide receivers of the league, and they're just battling all the way down the field. Renardo's already stopped him, slowed him down. All of a sudden, here comes Dre Greenlaw from one direction. Here comes Malik from another. I can see after a while that example of that collision that took place during that game. Other receivers around the league are going to see that one because that's going to make the highlight reel. How that man got destroyed on a football field. And the only reason people didn't call the police is because it was illegal. I like killers. I really do. Man. Bob Condona of the Seattle Times, fam, reports the Hawks remain interested in reuniting with Jamal Adams, but at the same time, he adds another name to the list of teams concerned and considering Adams for the upcoming season, the San Francisco 49ers. Condona wrote, sources said the San Francisco 49ers are among other teams who have kept in touch with Adams, so the Seahawks could have some competition for the former All-Pro safety who is still just 28 years old, unquote. Jamal has recorded 494 tackles, including 54 loss, 42 quarterback hits, 21.5 sacks, 36 passes defensed, 4 INTs, a touchdown, and 7 forced fumbles and 80 starts throughout his 7 NFL seasons. you do the math on that. That's not a lot of his stats while he was out there were good, but Jamal Adams is a walking convalescent, getting ready to go back into the hospital. Jamal has earned 1 first-team All-Pro selection, 2 second-team All-Pro honors, and 3 Pro Bowl selections. Yesterday, when I first heard about this, I said, "Come on, Mink, no." But now that I think about it, I would have Jamal understand, because I'm going to pay him accordingly. Listen, what you do well for a guy your size. You are one of the best pass rushers in the game, and you're not even a pass rusher. Well, you're not. Your business card does not say pass rusher. But if Kyle and I and some of my defensive people have decided we know exactly how to use you, make you more effective, we can make you that part of a doomsday defense, and you could actually be the ignition switch. I'd have him sold. I said, "Here's Jamal, what you can do over here, you can do better than you can do any place else. You are going to be one of the best in the game. Your sack total could go up substantially this year because the pressure Nick's going to provide. We got lots of guys now too. You got Nick. Okay. That's why I've changed my mind about keeping Jamal Adams on this team. Now you've got way too many people going after that quarterback. That could disrupt. That could make a mess. So I've changed my mind on Jamal. I'll take him for the right price, of course. What are your thoughts on that? You want Jamal? And how do you feel about Malik? Be careful, his name is Malik, not Malik, because he's saying Malik. It's Malik. And that little guy that's going to be playing corner. Little guys are always the most athletic, though. They've always got fluid hips. Well, usually if they're going to play that position, guys like that always have the best coordination for that job. So when you see a guy like 5'9", 5'10", and he's just all world out there, that is for a reason. Athleticism. Yeah. All right. Let me get on my headphones. Let me see what your opinion is on these matters. I got to do something about my wiring situation. I go through this all the time. I know what to do. Here's what I should have done a long time ago. I thought that turns on. Okay. No, it doesn't. Dang it. Okay. Anyway, all right. We're ready. Who we got here? Anderson. Yo. Come on in, Anderson. How you doing,
What's
fam?
going on, Ronbo, man?
Man, I'm looking at guys that Anderson. When we're happiest, is we got players that just be knocking the bejesus out of people. I mean, we added a couple because we already got a few, but now, oh man, Anderson, what do you think about this group, man, of secondary people? And do you want Jamal Adams on this team?
See, with Jamal Adams, I think iron is sharpen iron. Him and George Kittle gonna go at it all day. They gonna go at it all
Good,
day.
I forgot about that.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna go at it all day because I can see him and Kittle just going at it. Kittle gonna be having a little joke fest and stuff with him in the locker room and everything. They gonna be going at it, but I like the secondary. I mean. Oh, yeah, I just want to say one thing, Ronbo. Can we stop the hate on Diamador Lenore? The boy's doing good.
I'm one of his biggest defenders. Every time Charles calls in here, me and him go at it about Demo. I'm with you. Whoa, yeah. Please.
The boy doing good, but at the same time, Ronaldo Green, I like him because he's a threat. He's a threat anyway. He already a threat. I'm surprised we got him where we got him. I thought he would have went somewhere in the late first round maybe, but his cover skills is good. And Malik Mustafa, oh yeah, he is another. How he looks like another Patrick Willis.
Dude's go.
He remind me of Patrick Willis.
Oh man. I mean, you look at him, the dude is like, his cuts. First of all, he's already muscle, And then you look at them cuts. You could actually put your hand up under the pecs and in between the biceps. I mean, the dude is just built for the kill. I said, look at this dude,
Yeah.
man.
Only thing, he just have to work on. I just have. Yeah, if I just work on my speed. Just work on your speed. But I like my boy. I like Jair Brown. I like my boy Jair Brown.
Oh, he's gonna play.
And Hufunga. I like that combination.
They probably start.
Because when they, huh?
They probably start. I got them picked to start too.
Cause I one game when they was out in with him, Javaris Ward and Lenore, and who was in the slot? Damn. Oh yeah, Hufunga. I thought they was shut down in the game. I can't remember what game it was they played, but they was shut down. They don't think they got three picks before Hufunga went down. And as far as Steve Wills, his defense was all right. It was just why you got them cornerbacks playing 50 yards out the cornerback.
They can't make a play from there. Steve just wanted to keep everything in front of him, and that way it's like you got an insurance thing going on. You can't play like that. That's why this shadow defense that the guys are going to be playing this year is going to be very interesting, as in contrast to what they did last year.
Then we're going to have, because see, Ronaldo Green, he can, I like, his man skills is good.
Okay. All right.
His man skills good. And, and if Lenore get moved over to the slot, that's going to be good because he got that quick speed. He got that speed.
Reflexes.
Because I noticed he turned it on when he wants to, or whatever. But he don't really just be trying to burn out so fast. That's probably why he probably get beat sometimes, because he don't really just be trying to get burnt. He be trying to just kind of keep the ball in front of him, but then he'll get burnt. He'll eventually catch him. You know what I'm saying? It's playing, because I've always kind of looked at a lot of cornerbacks who always try to stay underneath. They kind of usually get most of the interceptions doing that.
Mm-hmm. It's a risk.
Or whatever, but
what's that kid's name? Stephon Diggs' brother over in Texas. He got burnt.
You gotta have the speed though.
Doing that, yeah.
You gotta have the speed to catch up to it, because right at the moment you can snatch the ball out the air on stride and just go back the other way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got to be in position to do that.
Other than that, though, we ought to be good. I can't wait for the rematch game against them Kansas City Sisters. I can't wait for that. Oh, you saw Patrick Mahomes on WWF last night when he gave his Super Bowl ring to who was that? Logan Paul or whatever. And I say, he hit old boy. And then other dudes ran out the ring. And then his linemen, two of his linemen was with him. I'm like, yank that little motherfucker across this goddamn thing and slam his ass. I'm like, yank his cheating motherfucker.
I mean, the WWE is like, it's like that extra stage for the NFL for certain guys to go over there and show out. I'm surprised George must be busy, because I'm surprised he wasn't there. Man.
I think George getting his skills and stuff. I hope he getting his skills and stuff together.
He needs to.
Just getting better. But the other tight end, he gonna be that they got who is it? Miles. Oh man, that boy man, that's like a twin.
You talking about the UDFA?
Like a twin. Yeah, the other side, the tight end, and they the ones that do the most excelling. UDAs, they the ones that do the most, the best, and we always get the best. So I don't know how Brian Baldy was saying, or whoever said we got to have the worst draft. He crazy as hell. He don't know what.
No, it wasn't Baldy. No. Baldy didn't say anything like that. So he didn't say who said that, but it's been said. Which, I mean, what? Why? You're talking about Mason Pline, though.
Yeah, Mason Pline. I think we had the best. I give our draft an A plus, because we got our linemen. We got, you know what I'm saying. We got, and like I say, Ricky Parcell and what's the other 4-3? The other two 4-3.
Cowing.
Cowing,
yeah.
Cowing. Oh man, we gonna get them. We Kansas City, man. We gonna hurt them people. We're gonna destroy them because it's gonna be a lot of anger within the team on them hoes for all that holding and shit. And I hope Nick Bosa get his fucking sack on that motherfucker, and I'm talking embarrass his ass. I just want. Oh, and that dude Evan Anderson, shit. I, I hope I don't. You don't wish it on nobody, but fuck him. Fuck Patrick Mahomes. Kermit the Frog. Hurt that motherfucker. Hurt him. Hurt him. I don't care. Because he don't deserve those fucking rings because he cheated. They know they cheated, and that's why that dude shot their parade up because the universe judged their ass. Y'all wrong, and I'm out, Ronbo. Peace. 49 Empire, we gonna shine. Peace, baby.
I got you, fam. Good to hear from you, Anderson. Talk to you later. There's certain things that always have to happen. You look at Lakers again, failed against the Nuggets. They had a lead in every last game. And they found a way to lose that game with minutes to go. And then you look at us and the Rams. Well, the Rams finally got over the hump. After owning them since Kyle Shanahan came, they finally won at the perfect time to win. Otherwise, after that game, beating their ass became a regular thing once again. It's too late, Niners. They got away with that one they shouldn't have, And the Cowboys getting out of the first. There's certain things that are inevitable, it seems. So, it's we got to get past the Chiefs. You got to start by beating the Chiefs in regular season. If they can get that done, whatever mental blocks they're going up against, maybe they can actually fall out of that, Well, we'll see. We'll see. We go now to see Steve. Hey, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Remember just looking at the guys we got in our secondary and newbies and wondering if any of them are going to play this year or they're just going to get seasoned up and let the guys that already know what they're doing stay out there for a while longer. If anybody gets injured, who's the first guy going to call off the bench type of thing? What are you thinking? And also,
we're not Ambry Thomas any day.
Ambry. You know what? You can name the secondary guys that are not going to make this team. Ambry Thomas may be one of them. I don't think Ambry Thomas is going to survive this time. I don't think that
Nope.
We got a few people that are going out. So, and also, how do you feel about Jamal Wilkes? Now, Red Eye seems to think it's just a rumor. The 49ers have already denied it. I didn't read anything about the 49ers denying anything. But anyway, if that is possible, would you add him?
If he was reasonably priced, absolutely. If I had the opportunity to get Jamal, hold on. Before I begin, how old did you say Jamal Adams was?
28. I know, right? He's been
28.
28's all
Like
he is.
28?
Yeah.
That makes me feel hurt because I'm 28.
Oh, you know
They're
Jamal?
treating him like he's like 40.
I know.
Goddamn.
Right.
That hurt.
The dude's missed the whole year at a time. Playing football is wearing him out. I do worry about durability. Will Jamal come out there and come up lame or whatever always takes place with him minutes after he starts? I don't know.
I don't think so, Ronbo. I think I would probably add Jamal Adams just because we need a veteran who is pretty damn good because, what's his name? Gibson wasn't that great. He was just too goddamn slow. We were better off, in my opinion, we're better off keeping Jimmy Ward with one hand than having Tyshawn Gibson. I mean, call me a hater,
Really?
but that's just facts.
Okay. Tyshawn didn't. You know what? The year before he wasn't bad. You're right though. He fell down last year some. But then he's 31. Isn't Jamal 31 somewhere in 31, 32?
Tyshawn, I think he's like 32, 33, right around there.
Yeah.
But I mean, shit. If I had the opportunity to add Jamal, I would add him just because of how smart he is. I mean, we already have KJ Wright as our linebacker coach, which I'm more than excited for because the only person I think that actually plays like KJ Wright in his prime was Dean Winters.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see D Winters. I'm really excited to see D Winters. Hopefully he gets some reps, especially because, Dre Greenlaw, unfortunately, to say the least, he is hurt.
Oh,
And that Achilles tear is severe, especially if you look at how big that man's calves were. That tear was, instant.
you just don't come back from that
pretty sure
immediately.
No. Because that dude put on tons of muscle, and he had tons of strain. So, for him to come back like that after an injury, it's going to take some time. So I'm hoping D. Winters gets some play time and gets some reps. Same thing with, what's his name, Beal. Because Beal and D. Winters, I can see those guys being just straight murderers. What else I can say? I don't know if I heard you correctly. Did you say that Bernardo Green plays man coverage and is not afraid to play man coverage?
Get him out. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steven.
No, go ahead. Like I said, did I hear you say correctly?
The day Wayne Breezy
Bernardo
says
Green
Rams will own the division. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm trying to weed out the liars and fakes. Wayne Breezy is never going to say the Rams will own the 49ers. That's never going to happen. All right, go ahead.
That ain't never gonna happen. No, like I said, I don't know if I heard you correctly, but did you say Bernardo Green is not afraid to play man coverage?
No, yeah, I said he's not afraid to play man coverage. Yeah, that's what he excels at.
That's deadly. Give me a corner right now in the league, current roster, pro, whatever, that knows how to play man coverage.
And then there's that. Does he know how to play it? Yeah.
That is so rare because a lot of teams think, oh, okay, we're just gonna play it zone out, right? What was the one thing I said leading us to the Super Bowl that was going to kill us? The fact that we don't play man coverage. We play heavy zone. Javarius Ford, Diamondor Lenore. Embry Thomas, you can tell that he tries to. He just sucks at it. That's the problem. He tries to play man coverage.
But Steven,
he just sucks.
Steven, actually what's worrisome about Embry is he came out of school with a reputation for playing decent man coverage. I was worried about him in the zone more than I was anything else. And he came out and he had his moments when he wasn't bad, man coverage, but he's not consistent.
Well, you know what's even more crazy too, Ronbo? Is the reason why I think I'm excited about Bernardo Green is because guess who he played in college and got cooked by? Brandon Ayuk.
Hey, Chris Hansen, don't worry. I'm getting rid of your... Yeah, wait, Chris, I'm getting rid of the fake Chris. That's a joke. I knew that you would never say anything like that. All right. Go ahead, Steven.
Ronaldo Green got cooked by Brandon Ayuk in college. So they're going to go at it heavily.
Wait a minute. Who got cooked in college? Which?
Ronaldo Green got cooked by Brandon Ayuk in college.
Okay, but Brandon Ayuk, he does that to pretty much every NFL corner as well, Okay, some guys, everybody's not as good as Brandon Ayuk. I consider Brandon Ayuk pretty much a Pro Bowler too. So
He
plus Ronaldo Green was a rookie too.
Yep, there you go. So now we got some more edge on him, and I'm excited because iron sharpens iron. They have that history together, So I'm hoping with maybe just OTAs and practice in between weeks, Ronaldo Green shapes up to be probably the deadliest man coverage corner in the league. Possible nickel too. Who knows? He plays really aggressive. Who's to say he can't play nickel? But hey, if we get lucky, which I'm hoping we do, because we usually get lucky with defense, Ronbo. If we can get a rehash of Revis Island, oh my God,
that's going to be difficult.
I know, Ronbo, but it was a man's dream. Because I'm glad we got. Let's be honest. I'm pretty sure the entire Niner fan base is happy we got Tyreek Cohen. Okay. Go ahead.
Steven, hold on. We accidentally production as we're trying to get the weeds weeded out of our chat. David Hodge, my humble apologies, David. Hey, Jack, if you see David or you got contact with him, tell David how long is he out for? Like 30 minutes or so? He's not permanently deleted. Oh, 20. Oh, shit. Dave, you're out for 24. David, so sorry. We'll get you back in here as we're attempting to knock out the trolls that are just disgusting. And by the way, Red Eye, you are the most impolite son of a... You know what? Go straight to no place else. You are an impolite dude. You know what? Jesus Christ, that dude's annoying. Steven, go ahead.
No worries, no
They
worries.
fucking
I
with the
know who
wrong
Red Eye is.
family,
He talks a
man.
lot of shit.
I know that we can't get rid of them. They're just like ants.
Yeah, he's like a flea, man. But like a flea on a shaggy dog. No, but like I said, I think we speak for the entire fan base is that I'm pretty glad we got one of our golden picks, which would have been either Frank Gore Jr., Brendan Rice, or Tariq Owens. I'm happy that we got Tariq Owens because Tariq Owens is a freaking nature just like his dad,
I know, right? And John Lynch likes the way he runs. I don't know how that just made him so crazy, but he said he has a gait. I guess if John's probably thinking if he has that similarity, maybe what else does he have? So we'll find out.
Yeah.
Stephen,
I mean, I heard he's got good hands. So.
See that?
So,
I've not heard it seen it. I've seen him in his tape. He looks good, but a lot of guys look good on their tape. But when they get to the NFL, can they continue to look good? So we'll find out.
Well, we'll see because Brock Purdy's able to curl 100 pounds, so we'll see if he can start throwing lightning bolts at people.
100-pound curl? I guess that's okay.
100 pounds
especially
for
a quarterback. Yeah, that's not bad. We'll
100-pound single arm curls, Ronbo?
I thought you said curl. I didn't say single arm. Brock's curl and a single arm curl. I am impressed with that. Woo! Yeah.
Okay. I'm telling you, man, he's got that country boy strength, man. That farmer strength.
Yeah. Gets in that John Deere. Everybody else gets in the car. Brock gets on his John Deere and drives down the road, knocking everything out of the way. All right. Hey, Steve, we gotta go. Let me see you tomorrow. Let's see this weekend. We're midweek.
All right, Rob, I'll see you.
All right, fam. Night.
Good night.
Yo, Aaron. Aaron.
Ronbo.
And between you look at the guys we got here. Our secondary, we didn't pick very many. Out of 5 guys, we only got 2 defenders. We got some guys on the UDFA's. But you know what? What are you thinking? Because look at Rondo and Malik. I do like what I see there. What are you thinking? Bernardo, Malik, and do you want Jamal Adams on this team? I don't care what you say, Red Eye. What do you want? What are you thinking?
Yeah. So one of my favorite picks is the Malik Mustafa. I mean, this dude is just a hitter. Like, he will knock you out. And I think from what I read, I think he had like a 90.5 PFF grade on run defense, and I think 90 percentile in a slot defense. So
he rates high in statistics. Yeah, but the run is what I can't wait. We picked up that huge dude to put him in the middle. He had some limitations, but run stopping, you can see the 49ers are serious about stopping the run this year. So this is what I'm delighted with, but we'll find out.
Yeah, but so to me, for Jamal Adams, I would say no because he can't really cover, but
he really can't. I mean, he's average, but if you're going to be a guy playing in the secondary, you'd actually need to be good back there, or at least be in a position to make plays and have that anticipation skill. And Jamal seems like he's more concerned with sacking the quarterback than he is playing safety.
Yeah, I think that's why the 49ers probably got in touch with him, because he has some
intangibles,
pass rush moves.
Yeah, and you're not going to run on him. If you run in his area, yeah, he's going to get you. So that's another thing they could be thinking about too.
Yeah. And also I like the the Ronaldo Green pick too. I mean, to me he plays like the Diamond Lenore.
Yeah, they're similar size too. He's a little faster than Demo though. But speed doesn't always equate to being a superior player, though. There's a lot of guys that Richard Sherman coaches Demo. That's why Demo's got the kind of movement that he has. I'm pretty sure. So Demo could take Ronaldo to school while he's playing with us too.
But yeah. And I think another wide receiver we took is Jacob Cowling.
Who?
No, not the receiver. Pearsall, the other wide receiver we drafted.
Cowling.
Is it Jacob Cowling? Yeah.
That's him. Yeah.
I mean, he might be small, but he's tough though.
Guy's strong though.
Yeah.
You're not,
he's like 5'8".
Yeah, but you're not going to bump him. He doesn't care about that. Look at some film of that guy. He plays way bigger than he is, so he's got to be tough.
Yeah. I mean, he has some. I mean, crispy routes.
Yeah.
Man.
And he's lightning fast. See, that's what Ricky and Jacob bring to the table. Speed and ability to run. Kyle's going to love these guys because he's always telling the guys, you need to improve on your route running. Kyle's still telling people you got to improve on your route running. Kyle's going to get guys to know how to route run before they leave school, which he should have been doing in the first place. But, he had another plan because the 49ers are evolving toward another style. I think we're going to see the ball being passed a lot more coming up in this next season.
Yeah, I think the reason Powell drafted Debo was because Jimmy couldn't throw the ball deep, so that's why he had to throw Debo on that screen pass. He's more like a gadget player.
But that's what Debo does best. A lot of times, it's not always a quarterback's fault as much as it is, what is this guy good at? Now, you've seen Debo race down the field for a deep route. Every now and then he makes the play, especially the ball's there. It doesn't really matter because he was missed. Brock missed him a couple of times, too, and it wasn't Brock's fault. That was largely due to Debo being not quite fast enough or just didn't make the right move at the right time. So, but Ayuk, all the quarterbacks throw it to him. George, same thing. So you've got to go where the receiver is strongest. And also remember, Kyle likes working in the middle of the field. So we're still going to do that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think, because I think that's why. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're still going to run the ball, but we're going to pass
not as much.
A little bit more than. Yeah. I mean, we're still going to run the ball, but I think we're going to pass a little bit more than, Jimmy Garoppolo did.
Look for a balance. That's why he's got these receivers. You got a bigger group of receivers that can run routes. Ricky, also Ayuk, of course. That's why everybody's saying Debo's probably on the on the trade. You can't just have one without the other. Look at Mahomes. Mahomes one of the best quarterbacks in the game, right? But look at his receiver room last year. How good were they? Not really good until the end of the season. So you can't have one be good and the other one not. You've either got to have both or you're not going to have one. So Jimmy versus his receivers. In the beginning, Jimmy's actually carrying that receiver squad. We didn't have any receivers, and we were still doing not bad. So, yeah. But now Brock's got receiving core. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, and also the I think the other pick I like is Isaac Garindo, the running back.
Oh yeah, but you know what? We're going to run out of time. We're going to get into the offensive players next time. All right.
All right.
All right, Ayuk. Ayuk. Aaron. I'm thinking Ayuk. Aaron. We'll see you. We'll see him this weekend.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, Aaron. Appreciate you, fam.
Take care, fam.
You too. GB Bull, it's almost midnight in California. What part of California are you in? Hey, yo, Jack.
On tonight, here we go. Following up from last time's, oh, hell to the no. Oh, wait a minute. Was it I told you so? Oh, yeah. Last time was I told you so. Now, on tonight's, on Here We Go. You know Jack wants him some Jamal Adams, Ronbo, since 2017, baby. Come on.
I thought about that. That's right. I meant to mention that.
The man who took out Trey from VA, the man who made Gohard vanish with his tuna sandwich and made him look stupid. Come on, you gonna tell me that Malik Hooker over Jamal Adams in 2017? Of course, I want me some Jamal Adams, baby, because he's gonna take over the game. He's gonna be that spark that we need that's gonna lift everybody up, including these rookies. So, of course, I want me my dog, just like you wanted McCaffrey, baby. Matter of fact, bring the whole 2017 family and reunite on our defense and offense, not named Solomon Thomas. So,
I agree.
Hell yeah.
We got McCaffrey. If Adams doesn't want to play for the Hawks anymore, and the 49ers make him an offer, he may take it just because he knows the 49ers are going to remain very competitive whether he comes or not. So he may as well be here.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm going to keep it 100, man. Fuck Mike Silver. Fuck Ian Rappaport talking about, Debo's getting traded now, not IU. They don't know shit, y'all. Just like we don't. Yeah. We don't know what's going on in our war rooms, man. We're just John Lynch and them played it pretty good to have these guys. But, hey, we all trigger finger happy and stuff, so we fell for this. Oh, this guy's getting traded. I'll tell you something right now, Ronbo. Debo Samuels might get traded after January 6th, like they're saying, to save us some money. Or he might ball out this year. Kyle Shanahan might be like, I want him to ball out this year, and somebody then is going to be drooling over him and say, yeah, give us a first-round pick. But, you know what I'm saying? What I want to say is, which room is the most lit? Which position room is the most lit now after free agency and the draft?
My God. That's a good question right about now, too, because
on the D-line, you got Bosa, Hargrave, you got Floyd, who we just got. You got your boy Neal, which is from the defensive end from Georgia. It's going to be his second year. So he's going to be looking like, all right, man, Floyd's taking my spot. The running back position with Garendo and our undrafted free agent, McCaffrey. Then you got dudes that they said was injured. That everybody's fighting. But the wide receiver room, can you imagine that room coming in there? I think there's even a slight animosity between Debo and Ayuk to say this is my team. No, this is my team. And then Ricky Pearsall coming in and saying, nah, this is my team. Which is the most lit room besides tight end? Because the tight end room ain't even a goddamn room. It's just George Kittle.
That's really sad, too. Because when you look at the overflow in every room except for the tight end room. So I don't know.
But which one's the most lit? You got to pick one. Three seconds. You got to pick one.
No, wide receivers. It's ridiculous. I mean, you look at all those guys. I mean, it is really – the quarterback room is probably number two, but the wide receiver room is just ridiculous. And the running backs, you already know who's leaving. So,
So, there you go. But, fellas, this year, they're talking about this was the second worst draft. This might be the second best draft if this guy turns out to be like a Super Cup. If Cowan comes in and shows us something that nobody saw why he fell so damn far. But we got some cool ass names, Ronbo. What do you think about the names of these fellas that we got, man?
Well, if I just could have got that dude named Kool-Aid, I was really waiting for that.
Icing on the cake. I mean, Pearsall. When's the last time you heard of Pearsall? A goddamn Bernardo Green just sounds like a goddamn tank. You know what I'm saying?
How about Mustafa? That's a name.
Mustafa. Yeah. Malik Mustafa, and then after that, Isaac Gorendo. Shout out to the Latinos. Jacob Cowan.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Jacob Cowan? And then Jarrett Kingston. That's just real right there. That's just like, you know what I'm saying? But finishing off with a Tatum Bethune. And all these guys have the same letter in their first name and their last name besides two. Who are the twos? And everybody in the chat right now, who's your favorite name out of our draft picks? Let us know right now on the chats right now. Ian Sharp, Jimmy Garoppolo, William Roberts, Therese Armstead, Red Eye. Who's your favorite name? Ramila Sports. But who's your favorite name, Robbo, before we go?
The Malik Mustafa. I think of espionage, a guy that every agency in the world is looking for him. He's a terrorist of some kind or something, right? That he's just really slick. He's already eluded so many. I'm talking the best there is. Even Her Majesty's Secret Service is aiding the U.S. trying to get him. They can't get him.
Fun fact, guys. The only two players that we drafted that don't have a same letter in their first name and last name is Jared Kingston and Isaac Gorendo, who's my favorite name. God damn,
Gorendo, that is a cool name. I agree. I love the tone.
He's just like Gorendo. There he goes, Mr. Gorendo. God damn. But hey, man, shout out to you on our 10-year anniversary. It's a 10-year anniversary this whole year, guys. So we're going to do something special every single week come kickoff when the season starts. All right, so stay tuned for that. We got a lot of stuff going on, and one of y'all going to win a free flight to London to see a Wembley game with your boy Jack. And before I go, David is out the hospital, so shout out to David. He's been in there for 2 months.
We accidentally blocked him. Yeah, well, it's only 24 hours. David can come back tomorrow. Dave, get better. I didn't know he was in the hospital. Oh, wow. What a bad day to make this kind of mistake. Chris Hansen.
Hey, it could be. Yeah, go ahead.
No, like the Chris Hansen fake who keeps coming back. God.
Hey, it could be worse. You could be a wide receiver going into that positional room.
I know, right? Ain't that the truth? I would. You know what? I'd do everything I could to get out of that. If I was a wide receiver, listen. Can I get moved? Jesus, that's scary.
Hey, we got a lot of Poonies and stuff. Looks like a lot of people like the Dominic Pooney name. Mustafa's coming.
Oh yeah,
up.
Right. That's a good name.
Yeah. But hey, man, Ronbo, I think this guy's gonna be the next Cooper Kupp or a Nakua, one of those with Pearson and Cowan. I'm really, really excited about these two wide receivers. Okay, so let's go. It's your boy, and let's get Jamal Adams in the building and start knocking some blocks off, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Lego.
Yeah. Jack out the UK. Jack, have a great day, fam. I'll see you this weekend.
Adios from Gorendo.
JB, well, no, it's 9:30, man. Stop tripping. Get your glass of warm milk and go to bed then. Yo, E! And by the way, who do we have before? Guys, who do you think will be the backup to Kittle? My God, that's scary. Pline? I hope he works out. That's it. Pline's okay. William Roberts thinks, and it could help. That's a good question. Man, what is going to happen for the backup? And you know George is going to get hurt. I mean, it's not bad luck. It's just he does. He did last year. No, he made it all the way down. All right, we'll see. Yo, E.
Ronbo, what's good with you?
You, fam. I'm telling you right now. I'm just here talking to you and talk about the 49ers and expectations. We do this every year with the draft picks. And, it's kind of, you hope they'll come out good. I thought Ambry Thomas was going to be better. I got my feelings hurt on that. You look around the roster now, these guys are a little bit older. They're not fresh out of high school and played a couple of years in college. So, William Robinson's plan needs to learn how to block. You consider the question of what happens if George Kittle gets hurt or just has to be out a couple of weeks. I guess you could go to Juice.
True. I always thought Juice would be our number 2 tight end anyway.
Yeah.
But we still got a lot of free agents, undrafted, undrafted players where we can put there. What happened to our tight end for last year? Lotto or something.
Oh, by the way, E, did you hear Kyle Shanahan make a joke about Latu? Man, I said, oh, man. Kyle, that slipped. He didn't mean to say that in public. He said something about Latu. I forgot what he said, but it was really not nice. And I worry about whether he makes this team or not. I don't even think he was.
Might not.
He did not have to be on the IR all year.
He had some drops this year.
And that's what pissed everybody off. And you know how Kyle is.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I like Juice as a number 2 running back. I mean, number 2 tight end. Now, we talking about the defense or the offense? You said something. We talking about all defense?
No, yeah, I was talking about defense tonight. I was talking about Malik and also Renardo. He's got it. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I think Brown might get traded. I think
Renardo Green.
Mitchell going to get traded. Ambry.
Give me those names again. Who's getting traded?
Thomas.
Or dropped.
Ambry Thomas and Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, Elijah Mitchell could be on thin ice because Kyle really likes Gorindo.
Now, I've seen him get tackled with some arm tackles a lot more than people saying.
Elijah Mitchell?
No, the 6'2", 230-pound running back, the rookie.
Jordan Mason? Oh, the one we got.
The rookie.
Nobody talks about him much. Oh, what is his name? I know who you're talking about.
I forgot. Yeah.
No, he doesn't get talked about much. But he's on the,
He's supposed to be a 4-3 running back and all that, fast.
He's a good catcher. Pass protection's not bad from what I heard.
Mm-hmm. He's a good catcher and all that, but I've seen him. He'll get screens and all 3 off the lineman be out there. One person get through and he tackled.
He's too tall.
Don't let him tackle you.
Yeah, he's too tall for a running back. Running backs should not be much over 6 foot. Actually, ideally 5'10".
He runs real tall.
Yeah, see, because they can't get down and knock the bejesus out of a defender.
They're going to get the bejesus knocked out of it.
So that's why he's a good practice because of his large gait, probably. But, some people are high on him, though.
Yes, a lot of people are high on him. But like I said, in the Super Bowl, Chris McCaffrey got runs. So regardless, we had Mason, Mitchell, and whoever we had, they didn't get no play.
That's got to stop.
So this is rookie supposed to get play?
Yeah. Gorindo, I hope Kyle likes him. You've got to pace him. Chris McCaffrey was less effective toward the end of the year because he was out of friggin' gas.
Correct. 30 carries or 30 attempts or whatever you want to call it.
I mean, the average every week was ridiculous. On a running back, taking as many hits as he's taking.
More.
Come on, Kyle, you know better.
Mitchell had to get in there more. Juice had to get the ball. Juice got the ball the first play of the Super Bowl, I think, or the first drive, and got a first down. Looked at like a G, and never got the ball again.
I know, right? Why?
And I said, it ain't us in my way. I want to keep saying it. I don't want to say this too loud, but Cal needs to. He gets a fourth quarter lead, and somehow he gets knocked out.
Yeah. You can't train him for that, though. He can't go out and do reps. Kyle has got to remain, his wits have got to stay keen in the closing minutes of the game. We can't finish on good teams. Now, some of them sorry teams, we can always beat them to death. But when you get into a game with the Chiefs, you've got to be able to finish the job.
Please. And we up 10, you let the dude get the ball. You got a person who just came out of the Poconos on the field.
Oh.
He just and we got a draft pick. Oh, these draft picks is this. He came out of the Poconos or Bahamas, wherever he was, and now he on the field in the Super Bowl.
Yo, that tight end. We were talking about how many tight ends do we have? I forgot. That one guy that commented, it wasn't Latu, it was the other guy that got drafted last year. He comes out in the field and he gets us a very costly penalty at exactly the wrong time. Oh, God, Kyle. Let Juice handle his duty, Kyle. You need all the experience in the world right now. Oh.
He got empty backfield after empty backfield.
That gives away what you're doing, too.
A fullback out of that or running back. So now we throwing a ball with a bad offensive line or average offensive line.
We don't know. I don't know. The offensive line, it's got to be tested again. And what I hate is they have to plug in some more people. Every year, that's a setback in my mind. Continuity is built 2 or 3 seasons in, and you got an offensive line that knows what they're doing together because they work as one. But now you're bringing in new bodies and trying to incorporate them. You're trying to get McKivitz to be better than he probably is. You know, we've already learned about putting the wrong person at guard. You know, so you know,
And I forgot who it was at center, but I've seen him on his back pocket a couple of times.
Yeah, Brendel, and guess what? This new kid, we got Evan Ward or whatever name is, the huge kid. He weighs 326 pounds. He's 6'3". Man, wait till, Jake Brendel is, if that's the only thing standing behind him in his workouts, he ain't going to get no workout. He's going to be knocking Jake, dribbling him like a basketball all over the field.
I'm just happy to talk to you again, Ronbo. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, that's right.
So make sure I talk to you today, man.
I appreciate that, fam. I'm enjoying you, too.
Well,
we're going to get it.
Because I said it's above our pay grade. Everything what goes on is above our pay grade.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This is the year, all right? We're gonna find a way this year. Kyle's had all the experience he needs. He's going to switch his offense again. I got a feeling we're going to be throwing the ball a lot more. Yeah. Well, this year you got so many wide receivers. There's no excuse. I mean, all of them can run route now, except Debo. And you can still use Debo in the same capacity. You always use him. So, we got to roll, fam. I wish you'd get back into this weekend. All right.
You'll get to the playoffs, and I just want to see it. I don't want to talk about it. Show me Cal could get better.
I agree.
And we talk about the defense, 17 points we put up on defense, but the offense didn't score. But the defensive coach gets fired.
I know. Everybody's mentioned that too. And Kyle's one to fire.
Don't worry about it. That defense coach was terrible. He was playing 5 yards off the guard. He was playing, but he was only putting up 17 points. 30 Purdy wasn't putting up 30.
I know. I do.
And, all right, one more thing. We trade Ayuk, Debo, Diva, but we won't trade Bosa, or we won't trade Purdy either.
No.
We could have traded Purdy, saved some money, and got a first-round draft pick maybe.
No, but Purdy's not costing any money now.
But that first-round draft pick could be.
I wonder if you could have got a first, though. Well, anyway, let's talk about that. Yeah. Let's talk about that again this weekend. All right, fam. Have a great night.
Thank you, Ronbo.
Thank you.
Be good.
You too. Thanks, fam. And Mr. Blockeye says Greenlaw will play week 1, or who will back him up? Well, see, that's going to be a worrying, but I don't see Greenlaw playing week 1.
Hell no, Greenlaw ain't playing.
Yeah, I wish he would, but I don't see that. All right, fam. I'll see you this weekend, E. All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's go check it out. All right, you too, fam. Mr. Blockeye's taking. Hey, yo, chill. Watch Phil lay everything to rest and then make everybody calm down as he always does. Chill, Phil. You know, as good as we have it, we can always find the weaknesses, right?
I know. Help me. But I don't want Adams. No way.
I don't know.
He's a cancer in the locker room.
We don't have to have him.
Everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
You know, he'd be more trouble, and he can't cover.
He's proven
all
that.
He is a pass rusher. You're right there, but you know, he'd have to play outside linebacker, and they know what he's doing, and they would just throw on him. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forget it.
That's true. That's what he actually is, an OLB.
That's all he is a pass rushing outside linebacker. He should be in a 3-4 and be a pass rusher. But we don't run a 3-4. We run a 4-3.
We run a hybrid now, Phil. I'm not even sure what our base pack. Base packages every now and then you see them in that. The Russian, well, you know what? The front four is always there. We got so many hybrid packages now. Dime, nickel. I think we've had a 4-cent piece. The thing is,
sure.
It's a 49ers.
Every team does all this stuff anyway.
I know, right?
You know what? I was really happy with the draft, except for one thing. We didn't address the tackle, and that's going to come back to haunt us.
Yeah.
We got McKivitz, and we got Trent, and if they go down, it's Jalen Moore as a backup. Heaven help us.
Oh man, I really don't want. And they talk about Jalen like he's already ready to go. I mean, you listen to Kyle and John talk about him. We got no problems with the offensive line. We're happy with our offensive line. Jalen Moore, and you mentioned Jalen Moore. I just thought about that because you mentioned Jalen. Jalen, no. And Burford made me mad too.
They lost 2 Super Bowls because of the right side of the offensive line.
Yep.
No other. It was Pearson in the first Super Bowl against Kansas City.
Yeah.
And it was Burford this last one.
And Chris Jones, same culprit.
Yep. So, don't criticize anywhere else except for the right side of that offensive line.
Wait a minute. Ross Cardenas says Purdy wants McKivitz. Ross, where'd you get that? Can you imagine?
He drives a tractor with him, and he gets onion good.
They're both big country boys. I bet they do. McKivitz probably came right over as soon as he saw him have that tractor.
McKivitz gave up 11 sacks last year.
I saw him.
11.
He was scaring me to death. Every defense knew to come around the right side. God. Right, inside flag should have kept Brunskill.
What they should have done was all they had to do was trade up in the second pick of the draft and jump over Baltimore, which wouldn't have taken much.
And get Alt.
And got Rosengarten,
yeah.
the kid from Washington.
And they
was right there.
And they went and talked to him.
Yeah.
Of course, that doesn't mean anything. 49ers do that every year.
And he's better than McKivitz.
Well,
Right now, he's better than McKivitz.
McKivitz had his days, though, where he's pretty good.
Draw the line. And then what they got was a slot corner, but they've got Diamador Lenore that can play slot, and they've got Yidam, who is one of the best press coverage corners in the league last year.
Yep.
He was number 1 statistically.
Yep. That's why 49ers
People
made sure to get him.
People are forgetting about Yidam, but I think he's going to start.
No, I do too. I think him and Tavares are definitely going to start. But if anything goes wrong, there's going to be, what teams are going to do? They're going to want multiple receiver sets. This is why I like our back end as well with the safeties too. It's going to be a really strategic, and the 49ers are seeing in advance as to that coming up. So.
Yeah, I like Mustafa. That was a good pick. He's gonna be well back there.
Yeah.
He's a good hitter.
Let's see.
He's good against the run. He's good against the pass. No, he's good.
Yeah. Our special teams is going to get better just for these people.
In the second round, they didn't address the tackle, and they should have. They addressed the guard, and that's it. I mean,
they seem to think Pony could actually. I don't know. Burford
he might
is
play center.
Yeah, they're threatening to put Burford out of the edge.
Center, he's going to either play guard or center.
Yeah. Well, yeah, his arms are too short for the tackle spot. Oh man,
I don't know, Ronbo. That's one area where I was kind of. But I was right on one thing. Nobody got the mock draft right.
Yeah, nobody picked Ricky Pearsall.
No.
Phil, you know what though? Every year the 49ers shock you with that first round pick, and unless they pick in the first round early, and then they're going to get somebody you're going to question as well, except for Nick Bosa and Ayuk. I didn't know anything about Ayuk, so I didn't question it. But we're still
many first round picks.
Yeah.
But, I have no problem with the Pearsall pick. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah. You just didn't want him there, right?
But everybody says he's going to replace Debo or Ayuk. He's not going to do that. He's going to replace Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
That's who he's replacing.
Because Kyle does love him some Debo, and I keep telling people, you guys, don't get your feelings set on Debo getting traded. Kyle loves Debo like a fat kid loves cake. Yeah.
Debo's not getting traded, and they're going to sign Ayuk. Okay?
Yeah, they have to.
Just everybody get it out of their head because it's not happening.
I would agree. I don't.
Detroit versus everybody.
He's going to get Tony started on him in that fan gathering they had for the draft, renting out that parking lot. But Phil,
they're going to be pressed in their own division. So
if they think they're going to run through Green Bay, they need to think again.
Yeah. And Chicago
and the Bears
better.
Yeah, the Bears look much improved, don't they? Let's see what Caleb looks like, though. You never know with a quarterback.
Well, we'll see.
But Phil,
anyway,
Ronbo,
I don't know. We just, one thing is though, I think Pearsall's going to be doing the punt returns, and
early on, he is a rookie.
Punt in his whole career.
Yeah.
Trent Taylor is gone. With the draft of Pearsall, Trent Taylor's gone.
I know, right? And
I think
Pearsall's a taller version.
This new running back, along with Debo, are going to return kicks.
Yeah, Gorindo. And Ronnie, they're going to have to give Ronnie Bell's going to have to. They're going to have to at least give him a shot. I don't want him returning anything. Yeah.
I don't think Bell's going to. He's not going to return at all. Pearsall will. The punts. He's got much better hands.
Yeah. Danny Gray can
fast.
they could have let Danny Gray go now, I guess, too.
Danny Gray ain't going to make the team if they drafted this kid from Arizona.
Yeah, I know. Phil?
He's a burner. The kid from Arizona's a burner, too, and he's got better hands.
I heard. You can run route. So, all right.
I think there's a lot of guys that are going to be on the chopping block. Ambry Thomas, I think he's gone.
He already knows.
Yeah.
He was applying for insurance.
Gone. Trent Taylor, gone.
Phil, you got to give these guys a chance, Phil. We got to go. I'll see you this weekend.
And there he goes. Orlando.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later, Ronbo.
All right, Phil. Have a great night. Bye.
Later. Bye.
Yeah, it's like I love that. I love that year that Saquon Barkley, Saquon, Gorindo, go! Yo, Frank.
Ronbo.
Frank,
what's up, man? What's up? What's it?
Frank, I got to tell you, man. Okay, Red Eye, that's borderline racist. What are you talking about? If somebody, Red Eye's rude, and you're not writing in all caps, but he's never that rude. All right, I'll keep an eye on that. Frank, go ahead. Good to hear from you too.
What's going on, man? Yeah, you too, man. I've been been in Cancun, man, since we lost the Super Bowl, man. So,
I thought I saw pictures.
Man,
I thought I saw pictures of a guy eating a fish sandwich in Cancun.
Yeah,
and my first thought was,
I was out there, man.
Of all the great food in Cancun, is he eating a fish sandwich? Is that Frank?
I had a double, man. I had to get a double, man. But yeah, what's going on, Ronbo, man?
Hey, Frank, we're looking at the draft.
I've still been listening, man.
Look at some of the guys we got in the draft, and we like the thumpers. Kyle and John seem to feel good about this guys. And the rest of the guys in the room, they all get together, and if they all agree, they say it's usually a bingo. Because when everybody agrees on a player, it's usually the right move to make. which makes me wonder about a lot of players they've picked up. But anyway, yeah, Renardo, Malik Mustafa, yeah, these boys. And we're not saying much about Bethune, but Bethune might be okay. He's a linebacker, but we got a lot of linebackers. I'm not sure if he's going to make the cut, but we'll see. But Frank, what do you think?
I love Malik, the way forward pick. Yeah. That was he's gonna be a gem.
I like his roughhouse style. Yep.
That was a great pick by Lynch right there. That was a good one. He's a thumper. Nice. I like him. And he a run stopper. Was our weakest need last year.
And he doesn't get flagged.
Stopping the run.
Being a roughhouse.
Stopping the run. Now, there's a lot of talent we have on this roster, Ronbo. The wide receiver core is deep. Ain't no excuse. I'm tired of Ronbo. I've been in Cancun too long, Ronbo. I got a tan and everything, Ronbo. No excuse, Ronbo. Child, I'm tired, Ronbo. I mean, I'm turning, so I got so much gray hair on my beard, Ronbo. It don't make no sense, man.
The Niners will wear you out, won't they? Damn.
No more excuses.
Best team in the league came out there and
your roster just got better. Out of what? How many picks? We had like 10 picks.
Oh yeah,
so
we use all of them.
At least 5 might hit.
6 or 7.
At least 5 might hit. Yeah. You might hit on 5. I ain't gonna say all 10 are gonna be good.
No.
But Kyle, you gotta utilize your players, Kyle. We're not gonna get nowhere, Ronbo, with Kyle being the same way with his coaching style. You get mad if you make a mistake, you fumble the ball, or you don't do what he asks you to do. Like, we gonna be still stuck in the same situation, Ron. There ain't no sense of drafting like the running back he had, Lil Raheem 2.0, the dude that's fast. He might not even get to touch the ball, Ron.
Are you talking about Mitchell? Oh, you talking about?
No, the running back we drafted, the dude that's supposed to be so fast. He hit the one he really liked.
Yeah, Gorindo.
One mistake, Ronbo. You know how he is with rookies, Ronbo. But I mean, come on. He might not even touch the field.
But wait,
who knows?
But remember, that's not. Well, Kyle does love him, but Bobby Turner was high on Isaac Gorindo.
Yeah, Kyle loved Joe Williams too, didn't he? And Joe Williams never played for him, right?
Come on, fact.
I mean, we just gotta keep it
Joe
real.
Williams, but Joe Williams had mental issues. That boy could run the ball. He couldn't stop fumbling it. But Joe Williams was one of the sweetest runners. When I first saw him in that preseason, I said, look at this dude, man. But fumble. Damn. He did it again and again. But, he had some issues going on. His sister somehow passed away in a very unnatural fashion. So, I don't know. He had a lot of mental things
Or
going
how
on.
about there go Gorindo?
Thank you, Jack.
They appreciate you, Jack, man. Appreciate you.
Jack really likes Isaac.
That's I mess with Jack. That's my man, Jack. I like Jack. But Ronbo, man, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just gotta wait and see, man. I'm tired of getting my hopes up, man. And the same outcome, man. I love that we be competitive. We make it there, but you have to win it all, Ronbo. It's gonna be a total failure, Ronbo. If we don't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know, because
I don't care how much we talk about the Rams. At least Sean McVay got a ring.
I know.
Out his tenure with the Rams.
Such BS.
As much I can't stand the Rams. At least he got a ring out the deal.
They did.
Come on, man. We got too much talent, Ronbo, not to get a ring. At least one. And come on, man. Like, it's heartbreaking, man. Last time I saw us win the Super Bowl was '94. I mean, I lived to see it. In the 80s, I lived to see it. But I want to see it now that I'm older. I want to see it. Man, I want to go to the parade. Man, I want to pop my bomb. I want to go get my ring. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on, man. Like, it hurt, man. It hurt, man. But it's definitely stinging, man. So I just had to take some time off. I still was listening to you, man. I listened to everything you come on. So I just had to take some time off, man, go to Cancun and get my head right, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to get away for a minute, man. Take a vacation, man.
Well, Frank, rest assured, the Rams will be pulling no more lucky numbers in a long time. But the thing is, having to watch 3 Super Bowls, all back to Kyle Williams and his damn feet. And then, of course, we got the 2 Super Bowls against KC and had to lose the same team twice. Nobody can be more battered than us. Why didn't the Chiefs have to play the friggin' Rams so they could stop running around there pounding their chest? Because they wouldn't have beat the Chiefs either. You know?
I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
No, I know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say that. Who
Frank,
knows?
I will.
I mean,
you know why? The only reason they beat Cincinnati was because Joe Burrows was hurt.
No. They beat them because they same thing that we was messing with the offensive line. Because Aaron Donald got a penny on them. Chase was wide open, so he only had a split second. He could have Chase burnt. Who was they with? Jalen Ramsey. The offensive line was hurt.
There was
their offensive line, and that's how they lost. But
T. Higgins was doing the same thing. He's abusing their secondary too.
They was putting up points though. See, the Rams, these was putting up points. We only put up 10 points.
Yeah.
It was 10-3 for a while. Your offense only generated. That's what I'm saying. Kyle got to get his head on his record. You got mad because McCaffrey fumbled the ball. McCaffrey didn't even touch the rock like that for the rest of the game. I know. You should have been running the ball. He should have had like 32 touches. There's no excuse. I'm not going to keep giving this man excuses, Ron. I mean, it's enough. It's enough. I appreciate we being competitive, but that's fine and dandy. But eventually, we got to cross that goal line, Ron. We got to step over that goal line.
And not go to overtime.
So this draft, y'all got some good players, got some thumpers, got some players that fit y'all system. So now we just got to go get it done. There's no more. You got to go get it done. You have to get it done. You have to get it done, Ron.
Frank, we got to go. Say hi to Mom, and I know she's happy about having Adam Peters over there running things. They got a good draft.
Yeah. My mama, she loved it, man. She told me to tell you thank you, man. She said thank y'all for giving us Adam Peters, man. You turned our franchise around. I say, oh, Mom.
They got a professional running things now. All right.
Yeah, they did. They bothered me all right, but. You know, man, I love you, Ron, bro, man.
Yeah, I love you back, fam.
Hopefully we get it done this year, man.
I do, too.
Shout out to my man Ellis, my man Papa, Jack, all the Tonys. I know I probably missed some names, but shout out to all y'all. Big show, man. I love all y'all, man. Fish Sandwich Frank back in the building, baby. You know what I'm saying? So when the season starts, man, Fish Sandwich on me, y'all. All right, I'm out, Ron, bro.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, Frank. Good to hear from you. Have a great night.
You too, man.
Thanks.
Ron, my birthday this weekend. My birthday Saturday.
Hey, good. So get it. We're gonna be in here. We'll be here Friday, so we're gonna do that.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna call in. My birthday Saturday. All right, Ron. All right, love you, man.
Thank you, Frank. And then Fish Sandwich Frank back in the house. Hey, yo, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, how's night going, buddy?
Michael's going all right, man. Anytime I'm talking football, I'm okay. So you know. We're just looking at it.
You're talking about, I like that guy too. I like that Pony guy. Reminds me of the bloodline, Simona. Like, looks good, man. Looks like a beast. The guy from Kansas, off on the line.
Oh, Poon? Oh, wait, Kansas, yeah. The guy who hasn't given up a sack in 2 years. You gotta like him. I mean,
I'm gonna call him the Great Poon. He's gonna go after the big fish. He's gonna go after the big fish. You watch.
What kind of name is Poon?
Is he a Samoan or is he?
He doesn't.
What nationality is he?
He doesn't look Polynesian. So I was trying to figure that out as I was looking at him.
He might have.
Dominic Pooney.
That's a question.
Dominic.
Does he have some of it?
He's half Polynesian. Half
Polynesian,
half white.
Ah, he's half Polynesian and half white. Okay.
Yeah. So I wonder if his mother, his dad's white, maybe? I don't know. It's a good question.
Pooney?
That's a good question.
It must be his dad.
It must be his dad.
His dad's Polynesian.
Yeah, Pooney.
And so his dad's probably a beast. His dad's probably a tough guy.
You know what's good about that? That's why I've always said, give me a Polynesian kid to put on the offensive and defensive line.
I like those kind of athletes.
They're
those are kind of athletes I like from my offensive line. Guys like Ken.
Naturally strong, big. Yeah.
He'd be flipping those guys over like burgers.
Oh God.
He'd be flipping the Rams over. Oh yeah.
Michael, I saw around some kids in San Francisco. They were huge, good buddies of mine. They used to run around and they punch headlights out with their fist and start laughing, and we start running. I didn't know what they were going to do. When the first time they did that, I didn't know they were going to do that. We're running out and saying, what the hell did you do? You see that punch, brother? You're like, oh, man, we're going to go to jail. But
Now, one of my daughter's friend, Nikita's friend, told me to watch out for the quarterback we picked up from Wisconsin as a free agent. He's good. He threw a touchdown pass to
we got that
guy.
That one with that country name. What's his name? Mordecai.
He might be up. He might end up playing for a backup one of these days in the future. You know, he can probably do third string, but he could be a backup. You know, if
he's athletic. I've heard he's athletic.
He's athletic. He's not pretty. I would go for him. Get these young kids, because then you know what? They'll learn from Purdy. Purdy's a good teacher to teach these young kids. Nope. Go for the rookies. See, Shanahan is smart. And I like that other running back that gets an unrestricted free agent from Missouri. He supposed to look good, too. And we saw some of his games. Yep, he looked good. That's one thing about that. I can't wait for the spring games start, man. Seeing these rookies, the drafted, undrafted. I can't wait to see how many are going to make it, how many are going to outbeat like some of these other guys, and maybe have to trade some of these other guys that are veterans on our side. You know? We're going to watch.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the cut.
And that running back from Louisville looks good. Yep. The Louisville running back looks good. The receiver, I love that receiver from Florida. Oh, he looks good. When I saw videos of him, I said, one-handed. Oh, man, that's sweet.
No, you're talking about Ronnie. I mean, not Ronnie, but Ricky.
All right, Ricky. Oh, Ricky looks good. I can't wait for him to catch a one-handed touchdown.
And you know, his team sucked. Ricky was doing good work with no team.
You know, imagine if he played like with Ohio State or Michigan. Imagine if he played with those big schools.
We probably wouldn't be picking him at the end of the first round.
That's a good question. If he went to school like Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, you know, LSU, you know, you think? Well, a lot of teams that got good quarterbacks.
Wait a minute. Jimmy Garoppolo says Mordecai was a WWE wrestler. There was a Mordecai in the WWE, Mordecai.
Maybe Jimmy G. Hey, one thing I liked, I wish the guy did yesterday should have slapped Mahone in the face. If you watched WWE Raw last night, I don't know if you guys watched it.
I gotta go watch that one.
He was about to slap Mahone in the face after, I guess he did something. But then his other partner stopped him. That was funny. I said, man, you should have hit Mahomes in the face. Just slap that boy across. Slap that burger off him.
He gets paid too much money.
Yeah.
They made sure that guy wouldn't make a mistake like that.
Yeah. But no, I just can't wait for spring practice and see what happens. I mean, I think Ayuka's going to stay. Ayuka and Debo both will stay. I know my daughter can't wait for the Eagles to play this year. She's getting excited. Nikita's excited, yeah.
They had a good draft again and free agency.
That cornerback from Iowa. That's the Iowa guy. She says he looks good. He's like a jackrabbit catching those balls with those interceptions. Oh, yeah. I said, he'll do good. He'll do good in this division because Prescott likes to throw those kind of picks. The INTs will go right to him.
You said you said Prescott? Oh, you're talking about when they play the Cowboys, the Eagles play the Cowboys.
Prescott will be throwing interceptions right to the Eagles cornerback, that rookie from Iowa. You watch. He'll get one or two from Prescott. Prescott will give him a nice gift.
You know, Dak may play well this year because he's on thin ice, and he may not even get a contract next year.
Nice. I know who signed with the Cowboys? Elliott. He's going back to Dallas.
I heard everybody in Texas. I heard about it, and everybody in Texas is mad about that.
His girlfriend's back now. Texas boy, the girl's back.
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna be excited? Yeah, Texas boy. Little. You always talk about running back. Well, you got your girlfriend back.
No, I noticed she's not here today.
He was in the draft.
Was he today? I can't believe
it. He was in there before. He was talking about Brennan Rice like it was almost like his wife or his girlfriend or something. Oh, you should have got Brennan Rice. Like, okay, well, we got the best. Don't worry about it. We got T.O. Terrence Owen. I like that receiver we picked up in free agent.
The Cowboys didn't pick up anybody.
Good, I see him on the practice. Yeah, he looks good. T.O.'s son looks good. I can't wait to see him get some touchdowns.
You should wait a minute though, because he could. It's a little early. I wonder if he doesn't get cut, I'll be surprised. Or he's put on the practice squad. Maybe we'll find.
What I'm worried about what happens if the running back for Buffalo gets cut. Frank Gore's son. Come to the Niners, buddy. We'll bring you. Bring you up.
You know, we only have about 4 spots.
What happened if Frank Gore's son gets cut by Buffalo? Frank Gore's going to talk to the bring my son over here.
He'll end up with the Hawks. But listen, you know, we've only got like 3 or 4 spots left for the practice squad, right? We can't put all the legacy children.
Yeah. No, you can't. No, to get a shout out to Tony Wright's Falcons, 49er Bryants. Thank you for with helping out my daughter. I know a lot of people were attacking her and all that stuff. That's why she feels good tonight. She almost had a seizure the other night when people were attacking her.
No, the weak. I see them weak-kneed sisters, and when I see them, they get the boot quick and fast.
Yeah.
So
when I went to
that home racing, what kind of guy does that? That's just strange.
Yeah, one guy said something that I'm your baby's daddy. I'm like, oh my god,
so weak. Anyway,
so weak.
So listen.
But I hope everybody's having a good night, and can't wait. I need to watch the basketball playoffs. At the Celtics and poor Lakers, they go bye-bye. They got enough rings. They got enough. Next, buddy.
We'll find out. All right.
Have a good night, buddy.
All right, Michael. Good to hear from you. Talk to you later.
You too, buddy.
Oh, Brendan Rice.
Hey, last thing, Ronbo. Can we see who production is?
Oh, yo, Ellis. Production just bit Jack. Ellis.
What's up, bro? What's happening?
That's when we're just looking at Renardo and Malachi. We're not getting Tatum Bethune. Alice, I'd love to hear your opinion on Tatum as a linebacker in a room that's got one body missing. He could go in there and make a name for himself. Will he do it? He lacks in some areas, though, that I'm not sure why the 49ers picked him up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question because it looks like, we still got D. Winters and Jalen Graham, and those are our. Yeah, Jalen Graham is a beast,
and he's got a year seasoning.
Seen him unleashed fully yet. Yeah, and D. Winters is good too.
Yeah,
and then we still had Demetrius Flanagan-Foles.
Yeah, with a great name.
I'm pretty sure we got another one or two, maybe if not. I know we got Fred and Dre, of course, but we needed another guy on there, and he looks like of course he would be somebody that'd be on special teams. A headhunter or somebody that's going to come in like a torpedo and lift somebody off the ground,
forklifting.
So
yep,
yeah, but again, I just don't see us drafting them kind of guys for solely trying to use them for special team purposes. Like Ricky Pearsall will be, I think, utilized. Kyle will experiment with him. We'll definitely see him. Playing special teams in the preseason, will really get to see him in live action. But, Kyle wants to utilize him. So some of these guys, he has already plans on, I think, trying to incorporate them into the offense immediately, which it would behoove him to do because we don't really have time to be wasting. He's done that with so many guys that we drafted in the last few years, just letting guys ride the pine and they're not getting any burn. And then before you know, you're just getting rid of them. You're basically just continuously wasting picks.
Like Danny Gray.
So right. And you heard him make a little comment, saying,
about the two,
about drafting a running back in the third round, was kind of, making fun of himself. It sounded like, because he's always drafting. And and that just lets us all know that he's heard about, everybody telling him like, what the hell are you doing? Wasting these picks on running backs in the third round and you're never using them. And you're just kicking guys to the curb. It doesn't make sense. So he's got to be, find some accountability in that and start really utilizing these guys. I've been saying it for many years. Kyle has a team full of weapons. He got more weapons than any team does in the league, and has underutilized each and every last one of them. So hopefully he's matured finally and is getting to a place where he can stop being so damn self-destructive because it's not adding to his accolades, and it's just it's taken away from irreplaceable moments in time that he'll never be able to get back. Having rosters that he has had over the last 4 years roughly, and kind of just blown it because he's inconsistent and he's continuously just
finding ways to lose,
ducking and hiding shit.
I don't. I mean, it just comes down to just you guys found a way to lose. You dominated the entire game, and you waited till the end, and you came up with a very creative way to lose the game. Good going, guys. My God. Oh.
Yeah, man. Look, but it's kind of crazy because they filled some key spots. So hopefully, I think the offensive lineman. Is it Pooney or whatever?
That's him.
I think he's going to be utilized. I think he's going to be utilized right away. I heard him talking about Jalen Moore, and it's like you
That's
guys are
Jalen
full of
Moore.
shit,
I remember.
Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle. What? Is Jalen going to make this team?
Well,
Look, don't get. And Nick, what's going on with Nick Zakajal? What are you guys doing with him? You've had him around forever.
Jalen less. Can't call him more because he ain't doing more of anything. But it's Zakel. That's actually a good. That's a name we haven't talked about in a while. So we got to see what the hell's going on with Nick Zakel because
you look at the
I want to
inactive list every year, every week. Nick is on it. Him and that defender, that defensive, the guy with the name that we all was looking forward to seeing. He was hurt the year before, and he came out there. He played a few snaps and came up lame, and that was in it. So he became one of those names you've seen every week on the inactive list.
Who that?
Name a big defender last year that didn't play at all. Second-year player.
D line.
Yeah.
Oh, you said in the secondary or the D line?
D line.
Oh, Drake Jackson?
No. This guy's an
Robert
interior.
Beal?
No, interior D lineman. And actually, he's fast. He just got hurt immediately after getting out there. I said, man, okay, we got no Eric Armstead. That guy was not bad as far as a run defender.
Kalia Davis?
Kalia. He was out there for a minute. He looked not bad. He just needs some time to get better.
Yeah.
Kalia got hurt and was on that list every week. Drake Jackson, boy, Drake ain't nobody's run stopper. I worry about him too. I tell you what.
That was a whiff. That was a whiff.
Yeah.
That was another whiff. That's another whiff. And we got him, what, in the third round?
Second.
That was a whiff. Second round, even worse. I mean, this is what I'm saying. You can't make this shit up. So, the evaluation of players and stuff like that seem like it's been some. I mean, it just comes with the territory, man. You're not going to hit on all of them, but it's becoming too much of a pattern for too long, where the early round picks are made, prematurely or without real in-depth analysis. It just doesn't seem like they're scouting guys as much as they should. I wasn't confident in Drake Jackson at all. I mean, shit, he could hit a backflip. You know what I'm saying? But so what? What can he do on a football field? You know what I mean? Like, you guys can hit backflips all you want. That's nice, but
Alice, remember the game against the Steelers? He was raising hell. But they were so busy with Nick that they just didn't they'd take him serious. And he got 3 sacks. And I said, oh, what do we got here? We got.
And then he was shelved.
The rest of the month.
And they shelved him.
And the rest of the year, he just disappeared. And finally, they put you like IR. So we'll see.
So, shit like that. I just, honestly, man, I want to see Robert Beal. I hope he's coming out like on a whole nother level. He was super fast. I know he was on
some weight.
He was 3rd or 4th string or 5th string on the D line for Georgia or whatever. But, with us, like, we need him to come through. You guys got plenty of time to heal up, man. Like, come with it because, you don't want your this opportunity to be in vain. Like, I don't know what these guys do in their personal time, man, but there's people out here, that's ready to go hard and put it on the line for less, for nothing, just for the passion, for the love of it. So
I know.
Just want to see more out of these guys.
You get an opportunity. It's like Eminem says, you got to use it before you lose it.
For sure.
I'll tell you what, hey, Ellis, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to see you Friday, and we'll get back on the offensive players. I was just talking about the D today.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking about, man, is that that guy that he got, Cowan, from Cowing or whatever his name is from Auburn. That's Kyle's Taylor Gabriel.
Oh, Cowing, Jacob Cowing. I thought he said Arizona. COWING.
Oh, it's Arizona. It was. What did I say? Oh, I said Auburn. Yeah, they got the A's. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got it confused. It is Arizona, but that's his Taylor Gabriel. You remember how Taylor Gabriel was for Kyle? He was little, 5'8", 5'9", little, lightning bolt, like a flash, real flash guy. You know what I mean? Kyle's going to probably start putting together some packages. Oh, really?
Yeah, Cowing, that was his idol as he was coming through school because he patterns his game after him. And he can do it, too. I think he's probably a little faster than Tyler, too. This is really interesting. And how many times would Tyler hand us our ass if we had the Hawks beat? And he'd run way downfield. For some reason, he'd be wide open.
You said Tyler.
I said Tyler Lockett.
Okay.
Wait, who did you just say?
I said Taylor Gabriel.
Oh,
remember on the Falcons?
Dude. Yeah, he said Tyler Lockett. Yeah, he likes Lockett.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He likes Lockett. Yeah. Well, hey, that ain't that's cool too. But I'm saying for Kyle, where Kyle was coming from, I feel like that's the first really small, quick guy that Kyle's drafted at wide receiver. I think he's got a plan. So maybe he's trying to chef up something, similarly to what he did in Atlanta. When he was, having those wide receivers when he had Sanu and, he had what's his name, Julio, and then they had that other wide receiver, Roddy White, I think it was. They was going crazy over there. So
we do have to go though. We're about 4 minutes over.
Yeah, it's all great.
But I'll see you Friday, fam.
It's all good.
All right. Shout out to that squad.
That's a bet.
And just have a great 2 or 3 days here. Holiday coming up.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, fam. Yes, sir. You too, man. And shout out production. Y'all know what it is, man. Shout out Frank for sliding back through, man. Good to hear you, brother. Hopefully you're having a blast out there, man. And we say Cancun or something like that.
Yeah.
He had a blast and then some, huh? Anyway, y'all know what it is, man. Wipe your feet. Hit that like, subscribe. Shout out to the Hope family. Tony, Tom. And don't let Tanisha. Y'all already know.
All right. All right, Ellis. Night, fam. And we move quickly over to Austin. Austin, the Cowboy fan. Austin, I'm so glad.
There goes Gorendo.
Jack is in love with that name. Hey,
yes, sir.
Hey, Austin,
Louisville native, baby. Go Card.
Are you Louisville native? Listen, by the way, Austin, I was ready to ask you yesterday. I forgot. Listen, what's the mood toward Trey Lance? I mean, you guys, I'm not even sure what the mood is about Dak. I mean, you got your running back, so the gang got the band back. Now you got Dak and Zeke.
Oh, Ronbo, first off, how are you doing over there in 49er land tonight or Cancun, wherever y'all may be hanging?
We said it's been a lot of time there, long after the season's over, because I had feelings hurt. But yeah, everything's fine, Austin. Thanks for asking.
But yeah, Ronbo, I've heard some conflicting reports about Trey Lance. There's a couple people within our camps that are really liking the potential he's shown and really think he could be the guy in Dallas if Dak does decide to leave or he does get injured. But there's a couple of them that are in San Francisco, they spent all those picks on him and they just wouldn't give him away like that. So it's very concerning. So I'm kind of conflicted, Ronbo. I hope for our sake it works.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't.
Yeah. But the thing is, you didn't draft another quarterback. Well, okay, it's Trey and Dak, and who else do you have?
Cooper Rush.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about CR. Yeah.
It's rush hour, Ronbo.
Everybody's, the entire NFL, everybody's watching because of the fact that you're America's team, and everybody loves to see you fail. And, when you look at the 49ers, people hate the 49ers for history's sake too, but not to the level as the spotlight is on Dallas. And by the way, you didn't do anything in the draft but build an offensive line, and then everybody's getting on you about not bringing in Derrick Henry. They're wondering what you're going to do for running back. You did finally get a running back, though, didn't you? You got Zeke. That's all you just got to get a draft one.
Zeke's fine. I just hope Zeke doesn't return to his fumbling problems. I hope he comes in motivated and wants to make a difference, Ronbo. Because we're missing that element to our offense. Like Tony Pollard and him, I thought they worked really well together. The peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, that's what made them both effective.
Because Zeke was like the grounded pound, beat you into the ground, and Tony Pollard was our speedster. And that's what really helps. Kind of like the 49ers had there with Mostert and Mitchell. That they were the speedsters.
Mostert and Coleman.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying Mostert and Coleman. Yeah.
Coleman, yeah. Like Mostert was the speed guy and Coleman was the beat you up, and it allowed everything else to come over him.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to have running back combos like that. We used to run the ball by committee until we got CMC. And then half the committee got fired or laid off, or the others were just sitting down, just twiddling their thumbs, because Cal gets to the point where he doesn't trust anybody but one guy. And what happened in the Super Bowl, the one guy that he trusts fumbles the ball early on in the game. That could have been a turning point early on.
Yeah. and I got to say this, Ronbo. Since the theme of the night's defense, Trayvon Diggs is progressing really well off his ACL tear. I'm really excited for that. And hopefully Gilmore comes back on a cheap deal, him and Diggs, and we got Land back there. I'm thinking our defense is going to be the star once again, if nothing else.
And, there's a lot of most people wonder what's the locker room atmosphere like. Is everybody happy in that Dallas room? Because some guys are making statements to get out in public, and everybody wonders, whoa, what will provoke him to say something like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like Micah, he'll be saying some stuff like, one week, Ronbo, you know how it is. He'll be like, he'll be like, oh, you all just hate Cowboy Nation, y'all are haters.
Yeah.
And it's like, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, Micah, you're my favorite player. But hush up, dude. Like, no wonder why they want to pick on us. No wonder why Stephen A. targets you all.
Right. Don't draw attention. Don't say anything. Exactly right. Because they just take that and use that for fuel. Burn that fire.
That's what happens when you're America's team, Ronbo. But I know you're a busy man. You got to get back to it. Ronbo, take good care of Garindo for me.
Okay.
Louisville guy, love him to death. Take good care. And I'm riding off my horse, Ronbo. Go Cowboys!
The NFL is at its best when the 49ers, Cowboys, Patriots, the Giants to some degree, and the Steelers are all involved in the mix. I'm surprised the league doesn't do things to prop up every team of those that I just mentioned. Because nobody cares if the Cardinals are involved. But the Ravens have gotten some love, too. Kansas City, of course, is the darling of the NFL now. So, it's pretty funny. We'll see. Hey, well, it's a big show. Ooh, it's a big show on tonight. Come on in here and make at least a percentage of the people angry. I love when you do that.
I'm the spin master. I'm the spin
master.
There you go. What do they call it in politics? The spin. Oh my goodness. The spin room. I'm part of the spin room.
Yeah. You know what I love about the way you do it at school?
No, there goes Garindo, is what Micah Parsons going to be saying.
Jack, the thing is you do it so cool. And as if to say, as you walk away, and all of you guys can just kiss my,
As I walk away, throwing a grenade behind me.
So, Make some observations, show. You know, you're looking at that defensive now. Now, what do you feel about the picks? Now they're starting to get a lot more attention because it's a few days after the draft. And
first of all, hell no to Jamal Adams. The dude's got a bed made already for him in the Mayo Clinic, and
he really does.
he's never available every year he plays. So, and we don't need that right now. We're trying to avoid that. Because we have already got 2 injured starters that are not going to be available in the beginning of the year, in Greenlaw and Hufanga.
You know
and
what?
that's why they drafted
Mustafa. I don't see him being. There's been nothing bad said about him. They say his recovery's pretty much complete. He's okay. I wonder if it just sounds scary.
But I think they're going to start him off the PUP list and gradually work him back out onto the field.
Show who's going to start in the box.
Mustafa.
Could be.
Mustafa will most likely start.
And you know what? If he does as billed, he may not lose that job.
I mean, Jair Brown was basically drafted in the 5th or 4th round, and he made an immediate impact right away.
I want him playing on top, though. He's not a strong safety. He could be, but I want him back there in the back where he can just patrol that area and pick things off. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with Phil on this one. I'm not bringing Jamal Adams in whatsoever. He's never available. I mean, that's been his whole entire career.
Yeah.
And he's going to cost a lot too. Number one.
That's what I'm saying. If he played for the vet minimum,
which I highly doubt he will. Some team will overbid for him and
because he's already made his money. He just made all kind of money. Didn't play. Just sit down and.
Even if we paid, what's the vet minimum?
I think it's a couple of mil, isn't it?
I don't think we'll spend that much on a risk, a huge risk, and a liability.
And
right now, we only have $6 million in cap.
Yeah.
Right now, we only have $6 million in cap space.
Is that right? How'd you find that out? Because I was wondering how much money. They haven't paid all the kids yet. Is that after they pay? Oh, okay.
No, that's before the kids are getting paid.
They're gonna have to borrow some money to pay the kids. Wait, because we got 1 first-round pick, and we got how many more picks after that? 5 or 6?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And my last point tonight, I'm going to switch subjects here for a minute. What do Jacob Kelly and Ricky Pearsall have in common? The 3 things they have in common.
Wait, you broke up there. Start that question.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What are the 3 things that Ricky Pearsall and Jacob Kelly have in common?
Speed.
No, they're younger, they're cheaper, and they're part of the future. They're going to be the future.
Oh yeah, well, Kyle made that clear
going forward.
Yeah.
And as far as Debo and Ayuk goes, and I continue to stress this enough. I can't stress this enough. There's no way in hell we're paying $60 million towards 2 receivers. This is exactly why we drafted 2 younger, cheaper, experienced receivers. You don't just draft them to be depth pieces right away. Once they get started,
you still got to build for the future.
Once they get started, the first 8 weeks and get acclimated to the offense, then they'll be fine.
You know, I have to go along with you on at least this much though. If Ricky and Jacob come out there showing out early on, there will be a deal at the halfway point in the season. It won't be for Ayuk, as you and I have a running bet going. I don't think they're gonna get rid of Ayuk. Kyle wants to throw the ball more, and he's gonna need guys who can run route. That's Ayuk.
Yeah. But Ayuk's gonna spend 1 more season with us, and I think he's gone in 25 because Brian Baldinger came on 95.7 of the game this morning and basically had said to the morning roast that he thinks that Ricky Pearsall is already in Brandon Ayuk and Debo Samuel. Thinking of their.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he does. He thinks that Ricky Pearsall should be in Brandon Ayuk and Debo Samuel said, basically telling themselves that he's their replacement on one or the other one going forward into the future. He also said that once Ricky gets acclimated to the offense within the first few 8 weeks, then he'll be that guy.
And he's not afraid to go through the middle. Ricky likes it when you hit him. You know what's really funny? So I've looked at what you've talked about, and I thought about my lineup. I got Ricky as my number 1. I got Jawan Jennings as my number 3. Number 2, I need to see what Cowings can do. But if I had to save money and start shedding salary and still look potent, and now I got to keep Conley. I got to also keep Ronnie Bell. Mm-hmm. So you're asking guys who don't have any merits yet, though. The window is still open for us. I've got to have my most talented fiends with experience to go to the Super Bowl next time.
And keep in mind, we have well over a dozen free agents leaving us next year, including Kyle Juszczyk and George Kittle. And Trent Williams is on his last leg.
We still
who's going to be playing one more season with us, and so we're going to have to find a left tackle to pay once he leaves, and that's going to be expensive. And then where's the money going to come from for Ayuk? That's what I'd like to know.
So I really wish you wouldn't manipulate the funding so much. You know, I was feeling good until you start talking about how much money we have to spend. You know,
$6 million.
And I didn't need to know that. I'm not trying to hear it. And you gave it to me anyway.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, well,
shed light on the stuff that people don't want to shed light on.
You think I'd be going for Halloween and we're out there for like an hour and a half? Okay, guys, it's getting late. We're going to have to go in. I'm not done. We got a whole 3 blocks to go. We're leaving now. Oh, God. So, Jesus, Joe. $6 million? Yep. I don't know how they do it, but the 49ers are going to find money they need. All right? So I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. And what if Javon Hargraves leaves, and then we're going to have to find his replacement and pay that player too?
Listen, you've got a lot of people that already have left, including everybody's favorite guy to talk badly about.
That money we gave Javon Hargraves should have gone to Brandon and Eve, but it didn't.
Shell, there's another good point you make there. Did Hargrave do enough last year that we couldn't have saved that money and just used it somewhere else? I do question that on occasion, I must say. But, yeah.
So just be prepared for the future without these two guys. We don't need expensive wide receivers. We really don't.
Thank you, Show, for sharing.
And the rest of the league have shown that, too. They don't need A.J. Brown. They don't need Tyreek Hill. They don't need Devontae Adams. They don't need those guys. They've shown they can trade them and be just fine without them.
Yeah.
So, and look at how well Green Bay is doing with their young core.
Yeah. Well, I can't argue because the facts are the facts, and things that you say have taken place have done so. So with that, I'm gonna let you go and find a
All right, shout out to everyone. Y'all take care and be safe. All right.
Night show. I look forward to. Oh my God! And here, Jalen.
Well, thank you, Big Show. Coming to the ring, Big Show's former tag team champion partner, Y2J, Jalen himself, Ronbo. Oh, I'm glad I got right after him, Ronbo. So apparently this is the greatest draft class before the Kyle Shanahan is drafted. Apparently this is going to go down as Ronbo. Come on,
you
Ronbo.
Can't say that yet, though.
Ronbo.
You can't.
Ronbo, I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
They can't say
it. Ronbo, I don't know who said it. Somebody on your call said it, and it was straight BS and just them being delusional as hell.
No, you can't. We're not the second worst draft
man.
This year. I don't believe that though.
No. They said they were going to be the best.
Well, I don't know about that because I got to wait to see.
Yeah, Ronbo. Because if they're going to be the best, then they need to have at least 3 starters day one. Because 2019 and 2018, they had 2 starters day one. So that would mean we got to have 3 guys starting week 1, which I don't think is going to happen.
We were still building a team at that time, though.
Ronbo, look, I'm going to tell you something right now. Because I just recently got over that Super Bowl loss, even though Richard Sherman gave up that catch and they didn't call that holding on Nick Bosa, and Emmanuel Sanders got overthrown. I just recently got over that Super Bowl. I don't even want to talk about this last one.
I mean, most of us are
I
not.
just recently got over the one from 2020. This one, it's hard to even. I black out when I think about it, Ronbo. But Ronbo, Kyle's a smart son of a bitch, and I tell you why. He's building. He basically just got a head start on a rebuild, Ronbo. This is basically a rebuilding draft. Kyle went all out these last 2 years in 2021 and 2022. He traded for Christian McCaffrey and then the following year for Chase Young. Kyle Shanahan has gone all out the last 2 years. This man has said, okay, I've gone all out, didn't get it done. Let me go ahead and get started on rebuilding my roster now. Because Ronbo, I'm telling you, Ronbo, I don't see us, if we don't get it done this year, next year it's over with. I'm not like, Super Bowl, we're not winning no Super Bowl next year, Ronbo. If we don't get it done this year, y'all better stop coming up here talking about we're going to be there next year. Because we're not going to be there next year. I'm sorry. We losing some people this year. It's over with. After this year, it's over with. So he got him a head start on this draft.
Over with. That's a little bit.
Yeah, why? What you mean? Why? He the ninth best active coach in all of sports, Ronbo. Why?
I'm just saying.
Why? He a genius.
I'm just saying about being over with. Can we wait and see what develops? There's some guys out there that might be good. We need to tie it in.
I don't know, Ronbo. Dog, we finna lose like 30-some for like players. It's over. Dog, we finna be
39 to be exact. They're not all leaving.
Rebuilding, Ronbo, we gotta pay Brock. We gotta pay Brock.
That's the biggest fear I have to admit.
Ronbo, you thought that we was gonna go 6 years and be in Super Bowl contention, and eventually you have to rebuild.
Well, the Patriots used to do it.
Ronbo, they had Tom Brady. Don't do that. That's Tom Brady.
I'm trying to come up with a way not to go into this dark hole you're running down into.
Oh, Ronbo, listen, hey, Ronbo. Nobody told Kyle Shanahan to take Solomon Thomas at 3. We wouldn't be worrying about this if he could make the right decisions in the draft. Blame your coach for that, Ronbo.
Well,
he's lost 2 Super Bowls. He drafted Trey Lance at 3 and traded him away from a 4th. He didn't draft the offensive line these last 3 seasons. That's all on Kyle. He put up 10 points in 1/2 in the Super Bowl. So, I mean, hey, come on, Ronbo. As a sports fan, you know eventually you got to have that rebuild. It's not going to be long. It'll probably be like a season.
I know, Jay, but you know what? It's like I need to stop watching football. If I take you and show too seriously, why should I put myself through all that stress? I got to remain a little hopeful.
Ronbo. I mean, yeah, hopefully he can be like Mike, what's his name in Pittsburgh?
Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. Hopefully he can be like Mike Tomlin, and when he is rebuilding, he can go 8-8.
Still be competitive.
But, yeah, like competitive. But Ronbo, we haven't seen Kyle Shanahan be competitive and not make the playoffs. Either he's in the playoffs in the Super Bowl or he's picking in the top 2 next year.
Is that your prediction now? Either in the Super Bowl.
No, Ronbo, that's not a prediction. You can go back
a scary
and look
reality.
This has happened. Yeah, this has actually happened, Ronbo.
We're running out of money.
This has actually happened.
Yeah.
So I mean, right now in hindsight, I think the guys he went and got to fill the places that are finna be vacant, I think it was smart. It was definitely smart rebuilding the wide receiver core, getting some running backs in, getting some young corners in. It was good. Now that I've had the time to actually calm down and think why he took all these players, he's getting a head start.
Yeah, no, he said it. He said he's building for now and the future.
Ronbo, if he doesn't get this done this year, bro, it's over with. We damn sure ain't winning. But
do we have to make that? Do we have to come to that decision right
Trent
now?
Williams will be almost 40. He'll be almost 40, bro. Like, you think he's going through another season? Juszczyk will be almost 37. Trent will be like 35.
Yeah, Trent would have left this year if we won the Super Bowl. I got a feeling he wants to see if he can do it. As long as he feels good, he'll do it. He'll try one more time. But if the 49ers get embarrassed or really go out early, first round out, that's it. Trent's gone.
Ronbo, I don't think Trent can get through. Let's say we make it to the NFC Championship this season. and we don't get it done. You think Trent can make it another full season?
No, he barely gets through every year. Last 2 years, he's had a certain amount of time out. So he'll have to do that again this year. I don't know which games, which weeks.
I
him
mean,
and Debo left at the same time last year. That was harmful.
Yeah, Ronbo, Kyle. I mean, he should have had at least two rings by now. And I'm not gonna even say both of them in the Super Bowl. Okay, that's fine, cool. You've played Patrick Mahomes, but we had no damn business losing to the Rams, Ronbo.
Oh,
we had no business losing to the Rams.
No,
I'm never gonna forgive him for that one. Never. I don't give a damn if you had Jimmy Garoppolo out there with a broken ankle. You've beaten him with way worse teams.
Yes, you gotta win.
I don't want to. Yeah, Ronbo. I'll never forgive him for that. You lost to the Rams. The Rams.
You just had that one pivotal play. If you know I really loved Kwaski T when he was with us, but if T just makes that catch and stops that momentum, we probably stave those comedians off.
But Ronbo, how come we couldn't stop them from getting down the field? See, we don't throw no shade at D'Amico for that last drive he gave up. But we sat up there and we fired Wilkes.
But I know. I know. Also, I'm still mad at Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward's my favorite guy. But that revenge move he pulled against OBJ in that Rams game, Jimmy, the hell did you just... You know damn well that's going to draw a flag. He damn near killed OBJ down there on that play. And he told, remember early in the season when OBJ shoved him? Yeah. And he said, I'm going to get him for that. Well, not today. Yeah.
Yeah, Ronbo, oh my God. Ronbo, when you go back and you think of the shit this team has been through to get back to the Super Bowl, I mean, damn, Ronbo, you heard what Brandon said when he was on Nightcap. He said he just got over this first Super Bowl loss. Imagine how these guys coming off their second of feeling. Like, how do you come back with confidence?
That's what I'm worried about.
Jamal Hargrave lost 2 in a row. He lost 2 in a row. He lost to with the Eagles, then came and lost with us.
That's what I'm worried about.
I mean,
where's
you
your
got
mind
a
at?
team of vets with. I don't, man. Look, this is gonna be tough, Kyle. Kyle, if you don't get it done, man, Ronbo, I hope we can get a good pick next year.
I do.
Because we damn sure ain't gonna be.
Jalen, before you drive any suicidal people to do so, I'm gonna tell you I'll see you Friday.
Ronbo, look, I'm just being realistic, Ronbo. Jack came in and he said some good stuff. It's a good draft. I see the potential.
Yeah.
But y'all know why they drafted all these people. It's for a rebuild.
They ain't got no money.
Man, the curtain, the window is I ain't gonna lie, it's closed, but it ain't locked yet. You know what I'm saying? You can probably get it open. You could probably get it open if you pull, but that bitch closed, Ronbo. I'm gonna be real with you. It ain't locked, but it's closed. It's closed.
Stop.
Jesus,
I'll see you Friday. All right. It's going to get better. I always got to believe that.
Yeah. Of course it's going to get better. We one of the best sports franchises in all of America. But
yes,
damn it.
But,
Kyle, you wasted talent for years.
Jenny, you know, I can't wait. We're gonna rename this program the Jalen Show if we win the Super Bowl. All right. Jalen, I'll see you Friday. Bring some more of that joy. Jesus. You know, Show and Jalen make you go into those depths of thinking in your own mind, and we all have them, but I don't want to entertain them. Sometimes their escape from reality sometimes is very pleasant. I feel much better. My food tastes better. I sleep better. Oh, my. Well, you know what? Here, Papa Dragon is somewhat on the same parallel as Phil, but Pop draws out the reasons why you should feel good and the reasons you should feel bad, and he's just in time to do his thing. Papa Dragon! Nah. Pop, get in here, man.
So what you're saying is that the Pop should be happy? You're saying the Pop should like the draft? You're saying that the Pop should be 100% behind Kyle Shanahan? You know, the guy they don't call coach? No, the guy they call Kyle? You know what I'm saying? What?
No.
What?
Bob, remember, I said you also point out the weaknesses where the joints are weak and it needs to be shored up and where the building's going to collapse unless we do this. You do that as well, too, and you do a good job of it. I'm just laughing because Jalen and Big Show in a room together of 100,000 people would have everybody in the room crying. So, Pop, you know, what are you thinking?
Hey, if you're crying because of what they say, then you're a snowflake.
I kind of am because
if you think that there's people that aren't even in the 49ers building that don't feel the way that they feel, you're a snowflake.
Yeah. Well,
if you think that the tears coming from Brandon Ayuk's face after they lost the Super Bowl after he was targeted like 3 or 4 times, if you think those tears were fake, you're a snowflake, right?
Yeah, well, agreed.
I've explained a long time ago that everything starts at the top. So as far as I'm concerned, Jed York, they're in line, right? Jed York said, hey, if we would have lost the NFC Championship game, I would have considered this season a success. I've never in my life heard an owner say that.
And why he did that, you're right. I don't know why that was necessary.
So Jack is buying the 49er Fruit Loops and eating them, and it tastes great, right?
Yeah.
For me personally, I don't buy that. I don't buy it at all. I don't want my owner saying that.
Yeah, that was out
right?
of line. Yeah,
Number
he
2,
was doing that.
Ownership makes a huge difference to how you run your team, right? If you want to root for a football team where you can pay for a tour and watch players work out behind plexiglass, you can go to Dallas for that. But guess what? That's not winning football. Yeah. What winning football is a championship defense, a championship quarterback, a championship GM, and a championship head coach. True. That's why the Patriots won so many games.
And the Chiefs.
That's why they won so many games.
Yeah. Right?
Because their quarterback took less. Right? So the minute your quarterback takes a big chunk of money, all right, they may not be, let's split in the middle. He may not become Dak Prescott. He may not become Aaron Rodgers, but he's going to be right in the middle. No championships. None. Because it's too much money in one position. The 49ers have about 6 or 7 of the highest paid players at the best positions in the league. And not only do they have that, Ronbo, but they don't get those players the ball. What are you paying for? Why is Kittle only having 2 passes in the Super Bowl? Okay, so if you want to sit there and complain about Burford messing up or complain about the kicker missing a special point, who put him in those positions? Right?
Yeah, no, it's true.
So we go to the draft. What did I say in the first round? I said Ricky can play. I said that. I was one person. I was like, no, dude. This dude can play. He wasn't going to be there at 30 or 31 or 32 or 33.
Yeah.
He can play. I get that. I said, but this draft will be judged by what they do in the second round. And what did they do in the second round? There's one thing they did wrong in this draft. One thing. They were too passive. If Rosengarten was your guy, you should have went up in the second round and got him. Now imagine if you go up in the second round and you get Rosengarten, or you say, you know what, the hell with it. I'm going to get the second or the third best center in the game, right? But the problem is that guess what? Kyle is friends with the center. He likes the center. Center come over to Kyle's house and watch Kyle throw a football through a stove across the street.
Wait, you talking about Dominic? Pooney?
No, I'm talking about a current center, Brindle.
Oh, this
right?
Brindle Colbert, him and Joe Staley.
If he drafts a center,
if
he drafts a center, Kyle's gonna have to tell one of his good friends on the team,
we gotta let you go.
You wanna ride the bench? Like he did Ward.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like for him, it's not about putting the best players on the field, it's about putting the people he likes the most and trust on the field. I also said that at the beginning of my draft, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can't draft players if coach can't trust them.
Yeah.
Right? So hence, you see a bunch of players that are 24 years old, 23 years old, 5, 6 years college experience, because he's going to trust those guys a little bit more. They play a lot more football. That's also the Brock Purdy effect, right? But guess what? Rocky, can Ricky, can he block Chris Jones? Can he block Chris Jones? Can Pooney block Chris Jones.
I'm trying to think of who can drop Chris
We
Jones.
already know Brendo can.
Anywhere in the league, actually. Chris Jones is really.
No. There's people who can block him. No. Kelsey can block him. Because we've seen it. Kelsey blocked him one-on-one. Jason Kelsey blocked Chris Jones one-on-one.
Oh, yeah, well.
And he got a bad hand.
The elite guys. Well, Chris wouldn't go around and mess with Trent either. Chris Jones knows how to pick his spots.
He's smart. We know he. But what we gonna do? We can't have, Trent Williams following him around the field and blocking.
No,
that's what I'm trying to say. When you
gotta get somebody over
are drafting, if you're a fan, you watch what the 49ers do and you criticize it, right?
Yeah.
If you're a football fan, you watch what everybody does, and that's what I watch. I watch the Eagles take 2 secondary pieces. I watch the Detroit Lions take 2 secondary pieces. Ronbo, what is the one defense we have problems with right now?
The one defense we have problems with?
Man,
the Baltimore? Huh?
Man-to-man coverage. Man-to-man coverage.
At Ravens.
Right?
Yeah.
So guess what? Eagles are coming. The Lions, they took 2 secondary people at the very beginning of their draft. The Lions are coming. We barely beat the Lions.
They made a mistake. We didn't really beat them.
This year.
Actually.
Hey, no. Hey, a win is a win.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, I'm saying.
Joe Montana threw the catch.
Yeah.
Steve Young threw the catch too. I'm just saying, you still got to go make the plays to win the game. Did Brock Purdy not go make plays to win the game? Brock Purdy made so many plays in MC Championship game that for the first time all year, I saw a defensive team double spy Purdy. Double spy.
He was
Purdy.
killing him and leaving that pocket. Yeah.
Double spy in the Super Bowl. He was double spy. He couldn't run nowhere. How many times did we spy Mahomes? None. That's what I'm saying. It's situational football. Our head coach does not understand situational football. And until he gets over that hump, he's going to continue to lose Super Bowls in the fourth quarter, Ronbo. Because the fourth quarter of a football game is a situation. And it's a situation that he ain't ready for.
So you're saying he gets out-coached. But how many times do you have to get out-coached to know
I didn't say
that
out-coached. I
did.
I said situational.
Well, situational football is usually determined by what the opposition coach is doing, right? So if he's doing this and doing that, and if I'm on the other side of the chessboard, then why don't I make a move to counter his? And especially Kyle, you recognize what he's doing. Kyle's not an idiot to that degree. He may make stupid choices, but he knows to do something about what's happening next, and you can see it as a formations lineup. He's seen it all. And that's why when he tries, he gets so arrogant, he thinks they can't stop me. I'm telling you, Kyle thinks he's unstoppable. He thinks he's Thanos.
That arrogance happened. It happened in the draft. They sat there thinking that Rosengarten was just going to fall to them. Oh, let's trade back. No. That's not how you win, dude. You trade up. They traded up 8 spots to get Pooney because he was literally he was the bottom of the damn barrel. He was one of the last guys left. They traded up 8 spots in the 3rd round. That's called a panic move, Ronbo.
Or they ran a risk.
That.
They ran a risk for something else that got NFL'd. So that's going to happen
I'm just
too.
Saying,
yeah.
That's a mistake. If you're not going to be aggressive and go get your guy.
This is caught the praising.
Go get your guy. And he didn't do that.
Yeah.
Now, as far as windows go, there ain't no tomorrow. It's for this team, this is the last ride. That's a lot of pressure to put on this kind of a team, especially if you got Brendel and you got McKivitz. That's your starting guy. Now, they got you to the Super Bowl. Okay, but I don't know about you guys, but I saw a lot of struggle in the playoffs. I saw a lot of struggle. I saw a struggle against the Green Bay Packers. Saw a struggle against the Lions. Saw a struggle against Kansas City.
It was the whole thing was a battle from beginning to end. Wow. Getting past Green Bay and Detroit, my God, I think I lost some weight on just watching those games.
It was a struggle. Was Kansas City struggling?
No.
They went on the road and whooped everybody. Like
everything
the game was
fell
in
into
control
place.
the whole damn time.
Yeah. Pop,
our defense was struggling, not the offense.
Yeah. Pop,
what do you mean offense wasn't struggling? We put up 10 points in the first half of the Super Bowl. What are you talking about? One of the number one offense in the league, the most efficient offense in the league.
We should have started off with 7 points on that first drive. We made a mistake.
Number one rusher in the league.
Ball fumble.
No, number one rusher in the league, Ronbo.
I know.
All pros everywhere.
I
know. Offensive line. All pros everywhere. Guess what?
Bob,
in the first half.
Pop, we got to go. Fam, I'd argue with you on that, though. I do. We needed more points. But I'll tell you what, Pop.
No, the 49ers need Kyle Shanahan to go talk to Anthony Robbins and pull his head out of his intellectual ass. That's what they need to do. And right. Jed, too. Jed, you need the same thing, Jed York. You don't sit there and give the green light to lose
to failure.
An NFC championship.
Pop, you got you all wound up now. All right, fam. Give my best to the family. I'll see you this weekend. And sometimes the truth has to be told. We need to face it every now and then. And Modesto Jack says, there goes Guarindo. Oh, is that right? Hi, Peggy. We've not talked to you in forever. Peggy just disappeared from social media and everything. Peggy says, I've had enough of the 49ers for a while.
Honey, I tell you, I have been so, Lord, I never realized it would tire me up that bad. I have really been in mourning, I guess, grief, whatever, I don't know.
I agree. It took me about a week or two to even get over the fact that we just did that. I couldn't believe it. I still thought it was a dream. It never happened. The Super Bowl is yet to be played. We'll be fine. No, that's really what happened.
Lord, honey, I can't even describe it. Can you? And I'm sorry about that. I forgot I was off muted, and I said that's depressing.
You were right. We got 3 guys in a row that couldn't do anything but tell the truth.
Oh my
the
God,
whole
honey!
truth,
Yeah, you can't get over nothing like that. I mean.
God.
Holy cow! I thought
Sometimes I don't want to hear the truth, I really don't. But,
we know it, Ronbo. We know it. Look, I'm still tore up over the coin toss. What's he talking about? Hell far. We should have drafted. I think that's the last thing I sent you on social media was that a gif of that guy flipping a coin. I said, we better draft a coin flipper.
Or designate somebody who can make that decision other than Kyle. Kyle's telling Fred his helmet. Yeah, we're going to take the ball. Kyle, everybody in the league said you guys should have let them go first.
We better start the bait. Sorry, I'm telling you, it's crazy. We're all we're still suffering. And I know, they can't be nobody hurting. As bad as we're hurt, the players and the coaches, come on. They had to be. I mean, but you got to move on, I reckon. I mean, you got a team, you got to go. And you know what? I'm thinking about something, too. How spoiled we are. Because some people never even make it, and if we can't make it to the top, and we do make it to the top more often than not.
If we get to the playoffs, that's just it. We're going to the Super Bowl or going to the NFC Championship, one or the other. But Peg, I'm glad you brought that up. You think about the Carolina Panthers. Over in Dallas, the Cowboys.
Think about it. I'm right here in Tennessee, and we got the Titans.
Titans, look at
Look here, all my kids. That's my kids. They are Titans fans. And, I am a Lone Ranger here. I get on there and I say, is there any Tennessee fans around here? Or out every now and then, or any 49ers. I call this calling show here in Knoxville, and it's related, to the Vols.
Yeah.
And that's where Jawan Jennings played.
Yes.
At Tennessee.
Yeah, you guys.
So
we're
all just very happy with Jawan. 3rd and Jawan. He was getting a lot of love back here, but I'm kind of a little concerned. I'm glad he's still there, but I was hoping it'd seem more definite. I with all this talk going on, I really don't know what to think. I think you'll have to prove yourself again. If we hadn't had him last year, we wouldn't even have made it to the Super Bowl.
Or if he won the Super Bowl, he was going to be the MVP. He played the best football of his life that last stretch.
And now we're questioning whether he's even, that makes me kind of wonder. We got Dobbs, too. You got Dobbs that used to be a quarterback at Tennessee.
That's right.
I need the backup.
They're together again, aren't they? I forgot about Dobbs. I was sitting thinking,
and they're
who's
together again. Our last year, our quarterback, he didn't get a lot of love in Tennessee because they got spoiled with Hendon Hooker. Didn't expect him to do as good as he did. And then, but the thing with Joe Milton, I tell you, I was wondering if they might take him, for the third, real late, so you'd have a third quarterback. I thought, I'll tell you, the way we went that year we had 3 injuries, you never can tell. You can't be. But he went to, who got him? New England.
Yeah.
They went to the Patriots.
Yeah, there's another confused organization doing things. Why'd they pick up Drake? It's going to be interesting to see where they go. So there's another team we can smile about. And you know how miserable we have. Yeah. We can look at I can look at the Patriots now and say, that's a mess now, ain't it? And there's just so many teams now. Buffalo, what's going to happen to them? Josh
fell
Allen
off the thing, and look how the Eagles done our they won the Super Bowl, and then after that, my gosh, we tore them. I mean, we got to get, that was just a rough loss, and I think we are just still hurting.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot to be proud of, and we have. We have the good chance of coming back. We have still got our main pieces. And, I just think of, when Kittle was over on the sideline the year before and he said, we'll be back. We got to get that attitude again. We just have to keep pushing. And I'm never not going to be a 49er fan. I've been doing this ever since Joe came from Notre Dame. So, it's rough. Sometimes we have to cry together and sometimes we celebrate together. But it'll tire you up, won't it? I have to get up and walk away from it. Sometimes I get so tore up, don't you? I see you do it.
I can't take it. That especially when they do just boneheaded fails that cause a loss.
It was just, but the karma was just, that was just a screwy mix-up with that overtime.
Excuse me, it's 49 and Brian, and I just wanted to tell Peggy I love you because you're so positive all the time.
I saw that on the chat, Brian. By the way,
I freaking love you, Peggy.
Well, thank you.
That's wonderful.
You're welcome, sweetie.
Thank you, darling. And shout out to the guy what was his name? Tony? Wasn't that his name from Australia? I don't think I've heard. Is he called in tonight?
No, Tony hasn't been in today. He's working on his house the other day.
Yeah.
But listen, if you want to connect with Smoky Mountain Girl, that's Smoky MTN Girl. She's over on social media. She's on Twitter. Formerly X, formerly known as Twitter, and she's back now because she had taken a hiatus for a while. So I'm glad to hear you back, Peggy.
Honey, I had to take a break. It was hurtful, but I love the boys. I love our team, and I was fighting Amy Trask all year last year over badmouthing Brock. So it's a hurtful thing, but we're going to be back.
Emotions all tied up in it. I know
we're going to be back
this year, Peggy.
Wait and see. We are. So everybody, come on, let's pull it together. We'll pull ourselves out of this rut, and we'll be back.
Yes. Nobody's better. All right. So good to hear from you.
Better.
Yeah, listen, I'll look for you this weekend too. Okay, be back Friday.
Okay, darling. Thank you. And good to talk to y'all.
Good to talk to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Peggy. Oh, isn't she?
Bye.
She's as sweet as sugar, isn't she? Tell you what. And speaking of, now we needed Peggy because here comes Tony. Tony!
Ronbo!
Tony, Peggy's going to be a hard act to follow. Now, you're going to have to be a little nicer to Kyle Shanahan. Go ahead, Tony. Come on in here.
Well,
because actually we're talking about some of the players we picked up in the draft too as well. So you might mention something about them. And do you want to have Jamal Adams with his tainted Hawks self running around in a 49er uniform at this point?
I don't know, Ronbo. Is he worth it? Putting a 49er uniform on?
Well, for maybe $1.95, I'm not paying him any big money because he's not going to last. It's a risk. He may last for 5 minutes, and all of a sudden he's coming off the field holding his hamstrings. And I'm saying, well, listen, you can just let go of that leg because I paid you too much money. Just get your butt back out there. Tell me, because he doesn't get hurt immediately. So I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it, but I do see how we could use him in some packages and make him really. The 49ers, that pass rush would be just brutal. God.
Yeah. But, I agree with everything that Papa Dragon said. I mean, there's that crowd is building, Ronbo, because people are starting to come to realise what's the time and who's responsible. And, like I said the other day, the only people I'll give Kyle Shanahan credit for in the draft is probably wide receivers. The rest, I don't think he even has a say in it. Like I said, with the old boy, the running back coach, and
Bobby,
and things like that. Yeah,
some of the Chris Kasurik has to say too.
You know what? I want to understand how these guys, the scouts and the dudes that are drafting these players, what are they looking at? And I had a look at that, and I remember we were talking about, I said to you, give me football speed over the combine any day. So I looked at the Mustafa kid, the safety.
Mm.
He runs a 4.56 or something like that.
Mm.
But then I decided, while I was sitting in the truck, I decided to look at his game speed, that kid, and now I know how these guys are drafting these kids, right? This kid was clocked at 23 miles per hour.
That's rage.
Game speed. That's faster than Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
That's Raheem Mostert's speed.
Well, he's a killer. I was watching those tapes. The guy's just mean. I love it.
Yeah, so, it's the same when people say, like with Debo, all right, some guys need 4 or 5 steps to get up to speed, man. Debo's a heavy dude. He's not a lightweight, you know what I mean?
Mm.
It's going to take a truck a lot more time to get up to speed than a car.
Mm-hmm.
But
Also,
when the truck hits you and the car hits you, it's a big difference.
A lot. But it's Jerry Rice was the same thing. Had no 40 time, but try to catch him as he's going downfield. Tony, you in America, a lot of houses, I think the owners leave the gate open so the dog can get out. You ever been chased by a dog down the street that you know was going to mention definitely bodily harm? Do you remember how fast you were moving? I didn't even know I was that fast until I got chased by a couple of dogs. But I know that dog was tired before I jumped on top of that car on more than one occasion.
The same thing will happen to you if the police are chasing you.
Yeah, you can get up
you
and
find
speed.
that extra gear.
Oh yeah, it's just when your body's going to be harmed, you can move.
Especially when you're young.
You're a kid. Yeah, and you don't even know how fast you are. So and that's why when adrenaline kicks in, it's an amazing thing to watch somebody move. So when you see those guys on the field running like that, but anger is another thing. When you see a defensive player playing like that, it's another story. Those guys have things they have to go by when they're going out looking for players, because the 49ers still want you to get players that fit what we do. So certain things are going to be looked at, and check marks are going to be given for certain players that how they do things what they do.
And the only way we can get around the rebuild thing, Ronbo, is we know Chokerhand's incompetent, but if you have a look at the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
You need, at the very minimum, we can get receivers all over the place. You need a good
offensive line, a great quarterback, so that at least you can put points on the board. All right. There was a lot of Polynesian boys that went in the first round, Ronbo. I think the NFL's starting to catch on a little bit.
Yeah. You know,
And as I said, Jordan Mailata, you want one of those?
Hell,
Come down here, man.
God.
Come down here. You can pick one up for a couple of mil.
I've said, you know, I'd love to just have that job for a couple of years. Let me just move to Australia and New Zealand and that whole area. I just want to go around from place to place looking at some of the guys. I'd send film back if they need film and coverage of what a guy's athletically capable of. You know, I'd love that. That'd be so much fun. Whoa.
Once they catch on to these boys, man, they're going to be flooding the NFL. I'm telling you,
Tony,
they're durable.
Enough.
They're very.
They've already
strong.
seen enough. I saw Mailata, even Jared Haynes. If you know when he played, Jared Haynes was not normal to NFL standards. The guy was special, but you know he just needed more training. If Jared Haynes would have came in the league when he was 23 years old and spent a couple of years of training, he'd have still been better. My God, he had talent.
And they used him on offense.
Yeah, and they could have used him on special teams.
His position was fullback, which was defense. Jared Haynes would have been the ultimate safety.
Oh man, and gotta get hit.
You wouldn't get past him. There was no way you were getting past him. And you're going to get hit. You're going to get hit like a freight train.
But he brought the ball back downfield with an ease that was crazy too. He'd give you that dead
He's
leg,
fast.
and the guys would go for it. It was like he'd lull you with that. He'd stick that leg out there. You dive at it, and the end's gone. The first guy never tackled him. Never.
No, he always makes the first guy miss. But that's standard because in rugby league, you've got 13 dudes running at you and another 13 on the other side. So you've got to do something. You've got to come up with some sort of tricks to get around them. You know, there's a big wall coming at you. You've got to get around it.
If you want to survive, you better learn that move, right? Tony, we gotta go. It's getting late. We're gonna cut off here in a minute. But listen, see you Friday, okay?
Well, shout out to Peggy and Frank, Ronbo. Good to hear the boys back on.
Yeah.
And the girls.
Yeah.
And the rest of the mob, Evan Ellis, Big Show, Papa D, Shanahan needs to wake up, and it's time.
We're gaining faith. Our patience is getting less, but we're gaining faith. Kyle's got to stop coming up short at the exact wrong time. He's going to be the guy to catch the blame. And Jed York, for the love of God, why would you come out there and say I would have been satisfied had even we lost in NFCCG? Don't say things like that publicly. That's a loser mentality. Ugh. Anyway.
Just saying to your fans, all we're about is money, making money. That's it.
You know, putting butts in the seats all
That's
year long.
disgusting.
We came up one game short. We're fine with that. No, we're not. The team isn't either. Anyway.
No way.
I forgot he said that until I just got reminded of that. All right, fam. See you Friday.
All right, brother.
All right.
See you in the next chapter.
Looking
Cheers,
forward
man.
to it. Cheers, Tony.
Cheers, my man.
Yeah. There's Tony. Hey, Brian, come on in, man. You romantic dude. You coming in here giving all kind of love.
Ooh la la.
Peggy is special. I love it. He talks. That good old country.
There's nothing cooler
than
a Southern woman with the slang and all that.
Yes, that country twang is sexy. But
makes me thirsty for some white lightning.
No, what you want to do is get up under a magnolia tree and pour yourself a mint julep.
Oh my God!
What was the name of that guy? Bugs Bunny cartoon, the Colonel. He'd make me laugh so hard. Even as a kid, I thought that was what? He's sitting up under a magnolia tree. What is a magnolia tree? Is there such thing as a magnolia tree?
They've got rid of all those cool old cartoons, haven't they? My gosh. Man.
That's why I grew up with being stupid. Those cartoons influenced me way too heavily. God, that's funny.
Well,
anyway.
Well, Ronbo, I have to say, it's all cool that we can all agree to disagree. Am I right?
Well, yes.
And I think you know what path I'm going down here. So Jalen, Big Show, and Papa Dragon, just keep it positive, baby boys, okay? Because I don't know if you guys really want to go back to the days of when we were just like winning 3 or 4 games a year.
Luckily,
I don't want to live those days again.
2-14. That was Chip
14.
Kelly. We won 6 or 7 with Tom Sewell the year before, and Jed fired him, brought in Chip Kelly, and we only won 2 games the following year, and both of those games were against the Los Angeles Rams. I couldn't be satisfied with that either. But God,
I mean, seriously, they're probably right. We got another year here of Kittle, Debo, maybe Ayuk, who knows? But do you honestly think, Ronbo, that we're going to be so bad that we're going to be like that again? I don't think so.
No, not with Kyle
really
Shanahan. And Lennon and Lennon's on the Beatles. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, I don't think the team is ever going to go down the tubes that deeply. I really don't. For some reason, I just feel that's they just don't run that kind of operation where that would happen. Not to that degree.
And what is their solution? Do they want Kyle fired and somebody else to come in?
No, I think most of them like him where he is, but would he please stop screwing up? Because quite frankly, all of them, I ask the same question, Brian. I say, who do you want to replace him with? I never get an answer.
And look at the career of Andy Reid. Look what Andy Reid went through.
Went through Eagles, same thing. Got there, couldn't win it. It takes a while.
It takes a long time. I know this is probably the last ride, whatever. Another year or two, then we can all start saying bye, Kyle. But
Belichick,
we're still a winning franchise. Give me a break. We're still the NFC. We won the NFC. We're in the playoffs every year. We own the West. We still own the West. I mean, come on. What more do these guys want? I know they want a Super Bowl, but those Super Bowls are hard to get. They're not the easiest thing to go and obtain every year.
Well, it's hard. It's a miracle to get there, actually. But when you get there,
you
don't come up short every time. The 3 times we've watched since the Joe Montana legendary days, and 3 times we've come up short. That's wearing people out. It's understandable. I don't appreciate it.
And I'm with those guys on that. But you can't sit there and just be hating on it all. You have to stay positive. I mean, there's no other. I wouldn't want to be like that every day in life. I don't know if these guys are. They're probably not. But I think they're just taking it a little too serious. They really do. And as far as us falling in love with the stars on our team that we love, I think that's great. Anybody that's like got a player that they love on this team and they don't want him to leave, I have no problem with that. But we all know it's a business.
Yep.
If you're not performing and you're getting hurt every year, you're going to get shipped.
Yeah.
That's how it is. But don't sit here and tell me that I can't love this team and these guys that go out there and try and win one every day. I mean, come on. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to a bunch of mumbo jumbo about how bad Kyle is and how bad our owner is. I mean, it could be way worse is what I'm trying to say. Way worse. We could be those Rams.
We've seen it way worse.
Yeah.
That's why when Kyle Shanahan came in, and Jimmy Garoppolo's maybe one of the most hated quarterbacks of all time as far as 49ers go, when Jimmy rode in on the back of that horse and took the 49ers into a winning situation, that's why when people try to get me to go along those damnation of Jimmy Garoppolo, I refuse to join that. I said, you know what? Before he got here, what did we look like? We were getting our ass kicked every single week. So don't talk to me about losing games with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, and I will never say a bad thing about Alex Smith or Colin Kaepernick.
Exactly.
We all know how that went.
Yeah.
Those two came in, and what Alex did was amazing. And then what did he do? He goes over to the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
And basically Mahomes took over Alex Smith's team. I'll just say it right there.
That was cold, but yeah, that's what happened. And Alex,
that
gentleman he was,
Smith's
didn't say
team.
a word either time. When he left San Francisco.
How cool is Alex Smith?
Alex Smith is
he's just
ice cool.
I mean, look how many offensive coordinators that man went through, all the crap he had to deal with, you know? And then he got hurt, and then Cap came in and took over, and then he lost his job.
Right.
I mean, give me a break. I mean, do you guys really want to go through all that stuff again? I don't. No, thank you.
People forget about those dismal, miserable moments. Well, and Peggy and I were pointing out, how would you like to be a Dallas Cowboys fan? How bad is that?
Oh, I would if I had a choice of being a Cowboys fan and just not be a football fan, I'd rather not be a football fan. Honestly.
Look, and Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, how many times have they had their heart broken? They set a new record for screw ups.
Jerry Jones is no one will say it. Jerry Jones is running that team into the ground. What he's doing.
He doesn't have the good sense to hire a GM. He thinks he can know what he's doing.
If I was his son, doesn't he have a son that's next in line, Ronbo?
He tells him to hush. I'm running this. You just sit down and listen. I'm sure he does, because I've heard about his son, but he doesn't have any input. Did you see in the draft who was sitting up front and center making all the moves? It was Jerry.
If I was his son, I'd be, look, Dad, come on now. Let's be real. We don't have a running back. You're not drafting right. It's not looking good for us this year. We gotta pay CeeDee Lamb. Our choke of a quarterback is asking for what, $50 million a year?
Yep. Boy, and that's why Jerry finally put the brake on that. Yeah.
Do we have any of that problem in 49erville? We don't.
No, we don't.
Except for occasional drama queen wide receiver. Big deal.
That's what's funny? Only the wide receivers. JB Fool. Oh, here we go. Because we could have had Aaron Rodgers over Alex Smith and could have had Patrick Mahomes over Jimmy G. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, and people always fall back on it as if. You know what,
Ronbo? Do you ever think about how much greater T.O. could have been if he wasn't such a drama queen?
Yeah. Oh, how many wide receivers? You can name a lot of them, though, fam. Wide receivers, that's what they do. Look at Antonio Brown.
It.
Man, unreal.
They almost think it's almost like, I want to make a music comparison. It's almost like they're the lead singer of a band, and they have to have that grand stage that walks out to the middle of the crowd and to tell everyone, yeah, I'm the singer, and I'm the biggest thing on the team, and I'm the drama queen, and everyone bow to me. And it's like, no, you need the rest of the team to sound good too, buddy.
And they leave teams right and left. They walk away like, you're the one losing out. I'm out of here. Okay, well, you know what? That's fine.
And do you really think Brock Purdy's going to command $50 million? I don't think he's going to.
I actually don't. I wonder about this. If he continues to get endorsements and things like that, I have a feeling he's not like that.
I know I'm taking a lot of your time, but I'll read you real quick. One more point with Brock Purdy. He doesn't care about money.
Well,
he's got a great family. His parents have a great, I don't know if you know his parents, the business they have.
I'd heard about it. I understand his wife is well off too.
And they're happy. They're a happy family. They don't worry about money or any of that. And if anything, I think Brock Purdy would even take half of that $50 million. He doesn't. I mean, all the deals he's going to get.
Yeah.
I just feel like I almost feel like he's going to be at like the Michael Jordan of football. He's going to be probably grossly underpaid, but he's going to get all these endorsements.
Or like Brady. So Brady's salary from his team was like pocket money. The rest of what he was getting outside of the NFL was even more. So
yes, and I think what Brock Purdy is he's gonna put the team above everybody.
They'll have that talk.
And I'm sure. And they're gonna sit here and say, hey, if you do this, we'll do this for you. You know how it works. I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
They'll be wheeling.
Yeah,
and I think Brock's going to go for it.
I think so too.
If he wins the Super Bowl, I just would not going to sit here and talk about money when it's always proven every year that we do just fine. You know,
it is. And like you say, he comes into a situation where the team was good. He's going to want to keep that. Now, the next year, the 49ers say, listen, Brock, we've got a lot of guys that if you keep them around you, the success you guys could have together could be incredible. Now, what we're going to do, let's give you 35, all right? And we're going to fill the rest with incentives that you can make in your sleep. And you get well over 60, and you can get well over $55 to $60 million. And he'll do it. And I bet he'll do it.
And any sane human being would take that deal in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So you got to keep the nucleus together, and you're going to run it, and we're all going to live happily ever after. It's going to be storybook finish.
And Ronbo, I don't know who this chump Tanner is in the chat, but he keeps talking crap about Nikita. And I'm kind of nerdy, and I'm proud to be nerdy, Tanner.
Yeah,
so
Tanner,
whatever.
Tanner, don't attack. Tanner, don't attack a women. Do not attack women in my chat. I will get you out of here. Fast in a heartbeat. You will respect 49er girls. They're not going to be afraid to come in here because a bunch of jerk-offs are being unmanly. I'm warning you once, and that's all I give you. Okay? Don't let me catch you, man.
I appreciate that, Ronbo.
Oh,
appreciate that.
All right,
but. All right. Well, hey, I've talked enough, blah blah blah, and I just want to say, just stay positive, everyone. I mean, we're gonna have another great year, and hopefully we get to the big dance again, and hopefully we get it. That's all you can do. You just can't sit there and dwell on how bad Kyle is every day, and how this should have happened and that should have happened. It'll come eventually. It has to.
Listen. But by the way, Big Show has a message for you. He says, "If only the world worked like that, fam." work on show.
Well,
hey, we're gonna go, Brian. We're gonna see you Friday. All right.
If only Michael was the accountant of the 49ers, then the world would be better too, right? Yeah.
Brian, have a good night. I'll see you Friday.
You too, guys. I love you all. Have a good night.
Good night, Brian. Bye. We do get really emotional about our team, don't we? Speaking of, there he is, my brother from another mother, Tony.
Aloha, Ronbo. How are you? Happy Tuesday.
Tony, get Luca Brasa. I want to talk to him. Tony and I are huge Godfather fans. We were talking about that. But, Tony, we can talk about them a little later on.
I am honored and grateful to be invited into your home on the day of your daughter's wedding. Anyway, how are you, Ronbo?
That was so perfect. Tony, it's like we've hit another inflection point. I really think this is this particular year is one that's going to the ramifications of whatever happens this year are going to be felt a little more strongly next year. We're not changing much this year as we didn't last year, trying to get better. But I wonder what happens this year. And they picked up a few players, and Kyle's already said that, I've drafted for now and the future. And like some of the people that don't really have a lot of faith in the future have stated, that's just exactly what he's doing. Is Jalen went as far as to use the term rebuild. And I said, you guys, ooh.
I actually disagree with that, Ronbo. I think we're going to see a lot of changes going into next year. I think first and foremost, going into the previous year, we did not know how well Brock Purdy was going to be able to rehab from that injury that he had. Yeah. He was Kyle obviously wanted him to be QB1, but at the same time they hung on to Trey Lance until they saw what they had in Brock and that they knew Brock was going to be okay. Mm-hmm. And then Trey wanted out, and then that was that. Yep. But the way that the offense was set up before Brock became the starting quarterback was that yak offense. It was the zone run plus yak. And I think a few people have been talking about this, and I've been seeing it in the chats on a lot of other content creators, videos. But that offense was really set up to maximize Jimmy Garoppolo's capabilities. To get the ball out quick, get it into the hands of a guy who can make some plays. Yep. And it got us to a Super Bowl at one point, right? So that was pretty good. But now I look at this season, and two things I think are going to change. First of all, the defensive mentality, I think, is changing. I think with the drafting of certainly Darrell Luter last season, but then also this season with Renardo, I think that Renardo Green, I think that we are going more towards, as everyone is pointing out, a more of a press man scheme, taking the emphasis maybe a little bit farther away from having that stout front four and making it so that the back end can buy that front four time to get home, which I think is actually a very smart schematic change that is going to happen, because we still have Nick Bosa. I mean, we've sort of restocked that defensive line, but we don't have a replacement for Armstead yet. But we could have taken, Johnny Newton, I think it was his name, who was that big pass rushing, defensive tackle, but they didn't. So I think they're shifting more towards a coverage first mentality, which is very wise, especially looking at the Rams and the Seahawks. And yes, now Marvin Harrison Jr. at the Cardinals, and then looking at the Lions and the Packers, the Green Bay Packers. These are all teams that have lots of wide receivers. We have to go to a more coverage based defense. So that's going to be one change. But the other thing is, now that we have Brock Purdy, who's going to have a full healthy offseason to get all swole, like all the pictures are showing us that he is.
With one hand? I heard that. I got to see that, but go ahead.
I know. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But no. So we are, and looking at the way that the 49ers drafted, getting Pearsall, Cowing, and then also Garendo, I'm seeing a shift away from that yak offense, right? And also with the rumors about Debo maybe or not being on the trading block, and there are long-term problems, there are long-term problems with Debo's contract that aren't going to be able to be rectified. But and Kittle's not getting any younger as well. And I think what I'm seeing is an evolution potentially of Kyle's offense to get it closer to what, Sean McVay and Kevin O'Connell run and Mike LaFleur run, which is more of a three wide receiver set, as opposed to that 21 personnel that we have been running, since the Jimmy Garoppolo era. So I'm looking at now. I think Pearsall was still a reach, but I totally like the player. And looking at that now, if he is our number 3 wide receiver with Debo on his final year with the 49ers and Ayuk, who we're going to extend, and he's number 3 with Kittle, and then with CMC, right? And then coming in with Garendo, who might be able, because he's a good pass blocker, he might be able to spell Christian McCaffrey at sometimes. Plus, we still have Elijah Mitchell, and we still have J.P. Mason, and and Juszczyk is sort of aging out of the NFL as well. So I'm seeing some changes that are undergoing, and I think it is playing for both the now and for the future. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off long term, just basically because the Achilles heel of the team has been the offensive line. Right. And while I like Puny and I like I'm fine with the other guard that they drafted, and I like the idea of that Michigan undrafted free agent center who's short but has long arms, maybe being the center. I like all these prospects. We don't have an answer for what happens whenever with Colton McKivitz. Maybe he'll get better, but Colton McKivitz, but also Trent Williams has 1 season, maybe 2 seasons left max before he retires. And then we need to have that stud left tackle to protect Brock Purdy's blind side. And the Niners have not addressed that issue. And that is the biggest glaring weakness. And we're going to be, I think I'll be talking about the offensive line until they fix it. But, I do think, though, if they do go more towards that 3 wide receiver look that McVay and Kevin O'Connell and LaFleur are using a lot, and most importantly, one thing Kyle did not let Jimmy Garoppolo do, did not let Trey Lance do, and last season did not let Brock Purdy do. He did not let those quarterbacks make offensive line adjustments at the line of scrimmage. You look at the Rams. You look at the Vikings. Those are 2 teams that allow their quarterbacks to make adjustments there. And especially with the Rams, and their offensive line was worse than ours was last season, but they finished strong. And I think it's because Stafford was able to protect himself more than just getting rid of the ball quickly or more than just moving off the spot, but because he was able to say, hey, I need you to block that guy, shift the protections. And so I'm hopeful that Kyle is going to allow that to happen for Brock Purdy going into year 3 with a full off season to get big. And then with all these new weapons, with the new weapons, and also with that revamped defensive backfield, I think the team is going to look a lot different. And the only thing, the rest of the NFL gets better too, because they all get to draft, they all get free agents. So I don't know where we're going to stack up.
Just to come after the 49ers, but I do agree with the evolving of the 49ers offense, and you could see it now. And you just mentioned something that really lit my head up as well. George Kittle And Deebo Samuel, Deebo Samuel, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to agree. Deebo Samuel might be now a player that might be one that they consider one that they can do without. He's become a vestige of the old system. But George Kittle might be in that class too. But he's still good at what he does. And actually, George Kittle can be more of a receiver if they would allow that. But that would make an adjustment now where you don't have George Kittle on the line working the offense. And actually, he's been the one pretty much responsible for a lot of success the 49ers have had offensively, not being a wide receiver.
I think with Kittle long term, I could see them redoing his contract and extending him out because he's still valuable as a run blocker. Even if he doesn't have that burst that he may have had when he was a rookie. I mean, he still has it now. He's still that 4 or 5 tight end, but he has the added value as a run blocker that I could see him getting extended. But I don't see him being as much of a yak monster as he was 3 seasons ago. But I don't think he's going to have to be. I don't think he's going to have to be. So he's going to be option 2 probably on a lot of on the pass route. So it'll be Ayuk, Kittle, and then maybe and probably Pearsall after that, or CMC on a dump off, So I don't think I think Kittle might be longer on the team than Deebo because he adds in the run game.
Probably. And yet, JJ, you know what? JJ's another discussion. Tony, we're going to go. I tell you, it's just always fun. I hope you got some time Friday because I know you're a busy guy these days, and when we get you, we just got lucky. So, all right.
I'll do my best, Rob. But great to talk to you. Aloha. Thank you for taking my call.
Aloha, Tony. Always food for thought. Well, everybody does, but I mean, certain things trigger your mind to go in directions that it just leads you to other thoughts. Jack, thank you, Jack. Will Garindo break the Shanahan running back draft curse? Jack, that's a good point. Kyle Shanahan, will you please stop making flubbed up running back picks? Everybody's begging for you to stop that. Although, when the 3rd round came around, did you feel that yourself tense up a little bit? All right, here we are. 3rd round. Don't do it, Kyle. I'm telling you, don't do it. You said, who did we pick up in the 3rd round? Because we picked up Malik in the 4th round. Anyway, hey, Tony ATL. Who did we pick up in the 3rd round?
Ronbo, good evening. How are you, sir? How's Dino Empire?
Oh, Tony, doing just great, man. Anytime you're talking football, I could do this for 20 hours straight. I'm trying to find out what I did in the 3rd round. Oh, we picked up Dominic in that 3rd round. Okay. Pony. Tony, come on in, man. What do you got on your mind here today? Because it's always fun. Tony and I like to go all over the league to see who's messing up. I do know, though, that the Bengals
yes, sir.
are pissing one wide receiver off.
What about Trey? You heard about Trey Hendrickson? The All-Pro defensive end? Now he wants out.
Wait,
that's
who?
a money play.
Wait, who?
Trey Hendrickson. They were talking about that at the draft.
And now he's talking?
When they signed. Yeah, he said the day of the draft or the day before the draft, he wants to be traded. He's requesting a trade. He's in the last year of his contract. He signed from New Orleans as a free agent, getting paid a lot of money. I think he's due $15 million. Mike Brown is hard. He said, we ain't trading either one of our players.
Well, yeah. And, the thing is, T. Higgins, I don't know, a lot of these guys, you're not going anywhere. The team has you, whether you like it or not. You can sit down for a season, but the team knows that hurts you more than it hurts them. Well, the pain is equal. So, yeah. I don't know. What do you do, Tony, with these guys?
I know, because if they sit out training camp, they're going to get fined. They're going to lose money, and they're going to lose more money, and they're going to lose more money. Then you end up coming back, losing money, and you got to get your reps back. So,
yeah, that's the worst.
Hendrickson, I don't understand his deal, Ronbo, because he was the big free agent signing in 2022, I think.
Yeah.
21, 22. He's making all that money. He's due his last $15 million. Now I want to be traded. I want out. Come on, dude. You can't be strong-arming your team like that.
Yeah. How old is Hendrickson?
I don't know. He's not that old.
Yeah, that's what I thought. There's a real bizarre thing going on with millennials, players, they don't seem to understand. They need to go through some days of poverty to really realize how they should lighten up at least a little bit. You don't have to go so hardcore with that, and stop going public. Do you know? I have a feeling if they walked into the guy's office, some of the owners or whatever, and discussed things without getting loud, I bet it'd be different. I really do. Don't embarrass me as an owner. I got to take a stand, or as a GM, I got to take a stand. You're just gonna come in and tell me what to do. That's what it looks like if I just kowtow to everything you say. And by the way, can I show you something here? And show them the math on the books. And that they don't care about that anyway. But still.
Yep.
It just amazes me.
He's 29 this year, Ronbo. He played 3 years in New Orleans. He was a third-round draft pick in 2017. I guess he was on for 3 years, and then he signed that big free agent deal with the Bengals in 2021. So this is his fourth year. He's in the last year of his deal. He's been paid top dollar. He's making $15 million this year, and to come out and say, I want to be traded when they've been good to you, the Bengals haven't done anything to him.
So the Bengals, they seem to have more problems every year. If it's not the offensive line, it's somebody else asking for money. And the move with the wide receiver, their premier wide receiver, is it next year they have to pay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Chase. Yep. Jamal Chase is next year. So the Higgins situation, I don't know how that's going to play out. But the Bengals got this wide receiver, though. I keep telling people, I was telling a Bengals fan this. His name is Zauskas. He drafted him out of Princeton, Ronbo. This kid can ball. He had like 3 touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
He was their 6th-round pick, 6'3", 212. The dude could play. I was in preseason. I saw it. He's got the speed, the size, the hands, and they played him sparingly because you got Higgins and Chase and all those other guys. The guy could play, and now he's got a year under his belt.
Yeah,
second year.
That's worth get that little grooming in there, a little bit of seasoning. Now because I'm looking forward to few guys we got. But yeah, you these guys in these contracts.
And this is going to be Hendrickson's last year, Ronbo, because they drafted Miles Murphy in the first round from Clemson, defensive end. He was coming on at the end of the year, got 3 sacks.
Maybe that's why he's making all that noise. He's reading the writing on the wall.
Yeah. And this is his second year. He was that first-round pick last year. So, sayonara, arrivederci. The Bengals have done money, and I'm usually for the players. In this case, they paid you. You were one of the top free agents in 2021. What's the problem? You're in the last year of your contract.
Yeah.
What's the beef?
So, it's a little bizarre. Oh, wait a minute.
What's
Tony,
that young man's name again that doesn't like Kyle again, that wants Kyle fired? It was on earlier tonight.
Jalen?
What's his name?
Jalen.
He said something that made me think, Ronbo.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you,
Tony,
do you
hold on.
think
Just
if y'all don't win it all this year?
Tony, hold on a second. Tanner, listen. Don't. Are you that guy Southpaw? You guys got the same ignorant rhetoric. Man. Tony, go ahead. I'm watching you, Tanner.
You're a knucklehead.
I'm trying to tell you, man. You want to talk? Don't even talk to the girls, man. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, he talking about he wants to smoke. He's the type of person, he won't do that to a man. He'll get that ass whipped. I'm calling you out, Tanner. Yeah, me, Tony Wright. I'm calling you out. I mess with women. So
Tony, go ahead. Go ahead
behind the keyboard.
Go ahead and make your point. I'm watching.
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
So yeah, the Bengals are going to move forward after this year. So you might as well play hard to get a new contract with a new team. But Jalen, he said something that made me think. You think if y'all don't win it all this year, that y'all will get rid of Kyle Shanahan?
No. But you know what? Some people are that's anger more than anything else. If we bring another coach in, they're gonna. I'm thinking you're gonna be more angry because the next guy's gonna come in. He's gonna change the whole program. He's gonna get rid of people.
He wants Kyle gone bad.
He's just gonna clean house.
He wants him gone bad.
And then he's going to start over again. Whether it's going to be successful or not is the question. Now, that's a big risk. I can't imagine that.
But we didn't draft any corners in this draft, and we didn't draft any offensive linemen. Falcons fans are still complaining about that Penix pick. I made the good point. I made the point on one of my Falcons channels last night. I'm like, you guys were complaining in 2022, 2023 that we had quarterback problems. As 2024, we have fixed our quarterback problems by signing Kirk Cousins and drafting Michael Penix. So y'all complaining about the Penix. Yeah, we should have got an edge. We got an edge in the third round that's going to ball out for us.
Tony,
he's not Dallas Turner. Yes, sir.
It sounds like Atlanta Falcon fans are more frustrated than you know what it is? It's those dry years you went through since Shanahan left. I didn't realize Shanahan's been gone for 6-7 years. So every since
and Ronbo, those are some good teams on those dry years. Those are some good teams. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones.
Still have the talent. Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't winning that. I don't know.
Well, you know what?
But it's time for us to win now.
They were right about coaching change because Dan Quinn actually got no hate for losing that Super Bowl. You notice nobody. He was the head coach. Nobody said anything to Dan Quinn. They played right. They went off to Kyle like crazy.
Yeah, if Dan Quinn could have changed the play. I wasn't mad at Matt Ryan. I'm like, well, damn it, Matt, you're a 9-year veteran. They should have changed that play when he called a pass play in the shotgun. Nah, we're going to a run. 9-year veteran, you got the carte blanche. Dan Quinn, you could have changed the play. Al Shanahan was on his way out after that game anyway. Change the play, man.
And Matty, I never seen him have that. He started seeing ghosts, which was interesting because he never done that. So that game was really, the pressure was getting to him, which is very strange.
But like I've been saying too about the Falcons, and then I'll talk a little Niners before I go. Our second round pick, I'm not happy with his Rook Hororo. H-O-R-O.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
We traded up 8 spots to get him, right?
Whoa! I didn't know that.
In the second round. Yep, in the second, we went from 43 to 35 to get him. He was the 5th best defensive tackle in the draft, Ronbo. The 3rd best defensive tackle in the draft was still available. Jerzon Newton out of Illinois. And we didn't take him. He's a beast, too. But the first 2 tackles in the defensive tackles went in the first round. We had pick 35. And guess what happened? After we took the guy from Clemson, Newton went the very next pick to Washington. They already got Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen and Philapris Newton, all Alabama guys. 2 first rounders and a second rounder guy. And now they got this kid who's a monster out of Illinois, 3rd best defensive tackle in the draft. And you know what? Washington was laughing because they couldn't believe the Falcons didn't take Newton. And you know who Washington's head coach? Dan Quinn was leading the laughter.
And Dan Quinn slid on out of Dallas before the chatter got too loud on him. Because if Dan Quinn would have had another year like this this season, he wouldn't work anywhere in the NFL for a long time. Because, it's God. There's more blame than one person on a team.
That Dallas Cowboy thing going to blow up. It's going to blow. I know the offensive line's getting good, but watch what I tell you. Because it's already a circus. Has been for years, but Dak going to start throwing more picks like he did in 2022. And they still don't have a running back.
What's them still going to be calling offensive plays?
Their defense ain't going to be – they had a lot of turnovers. Their defense ain't going to be all that this year.
But remember,
watch
Tony,
what I tell you.
They were supposed to run the ball last year. Dak still was putting the ball up a lot, and it wasn't home. CeeDee Lamb is still that. I mean, when you see CeeDee Lamb, Micah, their defensive linemen, you got these guys all in chorus talking badly about the offense. thought that was. I said, how do you keep a team like that together? And CeeDee Lamb, if I'm Dak, hey, yo, CeeDee, man, what's up, man? You could come to me and talk, man. Why you want to go to? What is up? What is that going to be like? Yeah.
Let's air this in-house right now and air it and get it out the way. Keep the mainstream media and all them out of our business. Don't get into,
and work it out.
Get caught up with them. Yeah, work it out. Exactly.
You break
Michael
the
Parsons
bond.
is very immature, isn't he, Ronbo?
No,
Michael
that's why
Parsons is
I
very
like him.
immature.
Keep him out there. Let him keep talking. Micah, and that broadcast that he does on Bleacher Report all the time, I was every Monday and Tuesday. I couldn't wait. Let's see what Micah's got to say. And when they got really embarrassed, Micah wouldn't say anything for a week. And then he'd come in and say, well, you know what? I don't understand why the NFL just sort of picks on the Dallas Cowboys. Micah.
Micah, did the NFL pick on the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, because America's
and
team.
San Francisco, when they came out to San Francisco spanked that ass, and you had 2 outside neutral zone penalties in the first quarter, and you did nothing the whole game.
And has a nerve to say something. Right? Yeah. So, Tony, we got to go.
Hit the mouth the whole game.
I know. He's a good player. I ain't going to say anything about the way he's played. But, Micah does disappear at certain times during the course of a game. And like Rudy's always talking about, you guys talk about the great Nick Bosa, but yet still, when it's time to get down and dirty, where's Nick? Oh, man, that's why I stopped talking to Rudy. Made me so mad a couple of times. I just quit. People on Twitter are glad I did, though, because me and Rudy would go back and forth for 2 and 3 days on the same subject. Threads about a mile
and Ronbo, I also like your 4th round pick, Isaac Garindo. I've seen him play in Louisville. He's good. But Ronbo, y'all got a diamond in the rough. Undrafted free agent. You heard about Corey Schrader out of Missouri?
Oh yeah, the running back,
all-purpose yard guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 2,000 yards in 2021, right? Rushing.
What school did he go to?
Missouri.
Whoa.
He can run. He can catch. He's like a bigger. He's 5'9", 214. He reminds me of a stockier Christian McCaffrey because he can catch and run. He had 2,000 yards in 2021 on 300 carries, 25 touchdowns.
So Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason may have a problem. Tony, we're gonna go though. I tell you what, let me see you Friday, and let's have some more fun. All right, because we're way over time.
If y'all cut Jordan Mason, he can slide right on over to Atlanta. We'll give him some more. I don't know if he'll get carried.
Yeah, because I don't know how he survives this. Shanahan, I don't even think Kyle even likes him because we've seen him do too much, and Shanahan still wouldn't let him play. How come? Anyway.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
All right.
All right, Ronbo, I will see you Friday. And, Ronbo, there's a fake Tony Wright in the chat. Not right now, earlier.
No, I saw that earlier.
Right, and we'll talk about this Friday.
Your conversation is easy to identify, and anybody trying to imitate you, like the Chris Hansen dude said, Tribe convinced me the Rams own us. Whoa, that's what I needed. You are gone. Clearly, that is not Chris Hansen. All right. Anyway, all right, Tony. I'll see you Friday.
Talk to you Friday, sir.
Looking forward to it. Night, Tony. All right. So we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Well, I want to give a shout out to Jalen, Big Show, and Papa Dragon and Tony. You know what? That's what's good about this program, fam. We can't get mad at those guys. They're family. I love all of them. I really do. But they bring in that element that fuels debate. It's okay. So don't get mad at them. Just counterpoint. All right. Tony Los from I thought Tony was getting ready to speak Spanish. Los from Princeton played high school ball. In Punahou. I don't know the Hawaiian names. Honolulu. If I go by Honolulu, Punahou. It must be Punahou. Punahou and Honolulu, just like Defo. So go Buffalo and Blue. Wish the 49ers took him and not the Bengals. You know? You ever watch personnel going around the league and everything like that? Somebody said that the player that the Falcons traded 8 places up for ranked below a player that came in next that they could have gotten. Do you wonder sometimes how scouts and management of certain teams prefer one thing over another to the point where they might do something that visibly looks stupid? But I'm trying to remember, did the last time we made these kind of comparisons, did we notice during the next year or two what was the right move to make? Because I never mark down these kind of things and monitor those situations to come up later to say, see, that's why you can't rely on placement. It's like Bill Walsh used to get pissed off when people would talk to him about draft order and how people are supposedly ranked by certain statistical material. And I was Walsh would get livid with guys that talked to him like that, and he'd get the player that he knew could play the best football. Well, fortunately, Walsh is probably gifted in that way, so he doesn't need metrics. But I don't know if every coach can do that. But a lot of times, I suppose quarterbacks are the worst victims of that. When you look back at the year that we drafted Trey Lance, one guy, and some people are saying that he may be overrated, did well in that draft as far as quarterbacks go. So, that's a tough thing to pick quarterbacks. And who does not pick up quarterbacks or offensive players at all anymore? I've told people in the past, listen, if you want a quarterback, I'm not your guy. If you want defensive players, I can go out there and get the best that money can buy, and that won't be expensive. But give me a break. After A.J. Jenkins, I'm through with that. Trent, we still love you, though, man. You come on back to San Francisco, and you can scout for us. Fam, I'll see you. Thanks for the contribution tonight. And please don't forget, we want to be able to notify you. You got to subscribe so we can get you back in here, and we can talk some more 49er football. Hit like. I'll see you Friday. Niners!